Never mind me while I'm stepping out my circumference. I feel the nerves trickling down. It's life humbling. My words stutter, stumbling, staggered and caught off guard. This the life of a jigaboo, introverted, I'm scarred. Whoa, my murder been the melodies while they sing the choruses. Direct message from Slade saying we need more of it. Paranoia in my state, I see envy at high rates. Now it's crop off the fate, turn great so I fly straight. Was gone for a minute, now I'm back like an X with big factors. I see you turn flat like extinct like some raptors. When I drop food purposes and practicing patience, we move to greener pastures. They're saying life is a matter of mastering basics and mastering patience. More time I get tired of waiting. Maybe it's fate procrastinating. The times are bad, short. It really had me sprung like she got me doing things that I never do. You thought that we connected when in fact it was trauma bonding. Just leave it up to me to break the rules, never corresponding. My childhood filled with fence climbs and knee scrapes and bikes and kicking it by the street signs. The older I get, I'm trying to lessen any screen time. The bounce back heavy, I rock steady on climb. This world's a fucking loop. The news will pick and choose whatever truth they wanna give to you. I cannot stomach it, so I poop. Oops. When life turns sweeter, the lemon mouths get louder. But I'm amplified with ghosts from God like that boy Fowler. Working like I got that point to prove. But truth be told, the proof is right in the pudding, no point to lose. 60 for the crepes, yeah, I did that just because. She expecting more, girl, you know I'm saving up. Left me on red, well, it was what it was. Never stress over them joints or in downs when times get rough, so I ghost. Long are the days when we was close, and when I see you, it's like two completely different type of goats. I approach the weekly fire dropping, which I'm feeding. Still, I don't expect to be the one. Your boy having fun. Still, the songs get spun like Beyblades and teacups. My fun fair to those that ever really know me from jump. So what's up, I've been the one they all depended on like TJ. Now they're dead wilder than a furry knockout punch, leaving them straight stunned. It's hella fun. Through the lot, now you know I'm coming through. When the growth look good on you, best believe they wanna screw now. I've been trying to climb, devil threw me in the dark. Baby, don't be insecure, you can still go make a mark like blow. Could never let them drain my soul now. Blow. Table turning like doorknobs, wow. Blow. I think I'm about to set sail. I'm a walking, living legend, walking with my chest out. Life keeps dealing me cards, I keep feeling in love.
Big up people in the building. G, you know the vibes, you know the damn ties. We're here this morning. Good morning to everybody. Good morning. Hope you guys had a good night's sleep. Hope for those who are, doing the deed, hope you're well rested this morning. Hope for those who are obviously at work, on their breaks, whatever you guys are doing this morning, I hope everybody is blessed. You guys can already see in the title what we're here to talk about today. I apologize. I know we started a bit late, the usual 10:30, but I was a bit busy this morning. So I do apologize for that, but we'll be back tomorrow morning, same time, same damn vibes. You guys can see next to me, I've got my boy Savage. We're here in the building to talk about world-class players. What's the definition of world-class? In your eyes, of course, it's all perception. We don't really have a real definition. I mean, there is a technical definition behind it, but what's your perception, of the term, of the word? Who makes your world 11? Who's actually world-class out here? Like, do you have a lot of people? I put a poll out, of course, earlier on, asking everybody, how many players do you actually have in your world-class list? Is it a big list? Do you just got like 40 guys? Are you one of those people who do, after one season, this guy's world-class, that guy's world-class? Or are you one of those people, like me and Savage, where you need to actually be world-class before you're actually world-class? But before we even, of course, dive into it, and before, of course, I introduce my boy Savage, make sure you're smashing the like. If you're over there on Twitter, don't be a bozo. Head on over to YouTube, smash that like button. You can go back to Twitter, keep looking at these dirty little sites. That's totally up to you. Just need you to smash the like button real
That's the algorithm. Want me, blood. It just turned up.
Hey, listen, whether it's the algorithm, whether it's you, I don't mind. I'm not watching your phone. You do your thing. Savage, talk to the people, man. How you doing this morning, bro?
Good, man. I'm actually excited for this show, bro. I love talking world-class footballers and that, bro. It takes you away from the regular rigor of all the boring stuff we talk about all the fucking time, bro. Like, so yeah, this is fun for me. And it's one thing that's like, it pops up all the time and it gets thrown around all the time. And if I say that somebody isn't world-class, people get so touchy about it. Like it's not this to not be world-class, bro. It's just that,
bro, there can only be so many people.
Exactly. It's just a high praise to be. And I keep seeing, you've seen this, especially in the content creation space. people start adding in new adjectives. So if I say someone's world class, they go, "Well, he's not. He's world class, but is he elite?" I said, "What the what? What does that mean, bro? What does that mean?
Savage.
Surely
That's
the highest." And they're making another thing on top of it.
Bro. And that's why we're here today to have a chat about it. Because, like Savage said, I'm tired. You people keep putting in way too many like I remember actually Savage actually mentioned this, like this would have probably been months ago when we were just talking about players in general, and you spoke about like your list not even being too big, and it actually made me think. I think that's when I had the idea to do this show, because I was sitting there thinking, you know what, he's actually right, because if I was to really do a list, there's not as many people as you probably would think would actually be in my own definition. Listen, like I said, guys, whatever your own perception of the world class means, that's up to you. You might have 30 man in that list. I don't know. I mean, if you can find 30 world class players, then good on you. Do you know what I mean? Good on you. That's totally, up to you. But of course, we'll dive into it anyway. Big up everybody who's inside. Big up Steve. We've been chatting actually this morning, talking about Bayern Munich, talking about Dortmund as well. Of course, Savage. I know you're a happy man. Both Dortmund, obviously, and PSG beating Barcelona last night. Before we even dive into the world-class stuff, man, how was you looking, like, in terms of after that game, or even during the game? How was you feeling?
Hey, man, I messaged you after, brother, and I said, like, the stubbornness that was coming from football fans at the beginning of this Champions League. I do understand the fact that your team's not in it, so it feels different. I get it, because it does feel different. Liverpool's not in it. But just to say that it's rubbish and all of a sudden it's not the same. Like, it's not the same in terms of, well, it's rubbish now, so if you win it, it doesn't mean anything. But if Liverpool was in it and then won it, it would mean something. So that's not true, is it? And I was saying to my son, like, has the quality gone down? I think what's happened is, I think it's leveled itself out. That's what I think. I think last season was a massive season in football. People didn't really pay attention because everything was focused on Saudi Arabia. But when you look at all of the big, not just big names for the sake of it, big names and big players that left the European football, well, all of a sudden you got left with other really experienced players who are on the verge of being like a couple of years away from 40, i.e. Cruz and Modric and that. Or there's a massive gap, and then you've just got people who are from the ages of like 18 to like 24, 25, and then there's nothing in the middle. And so all of a sudden now you don't have a Messi at one squad in it. Like, he doesn't. There's no Messi there anymore. There's no Ronaldo. There's no Kante. There's no Benzema. So it's just everyone just moved, and now it's level playing fields. Not completely level, but, and as I said to you, I think you do Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Man City, but then take away them, everything's kind of leveled out. So when you watch that Dortmund and Atletico game, you can go, especially if you don't watch them, you can go, "Oh yeah, Atletico's better." But I'm watching it fine with Julian Brandt and that, because I like, now they can ball. It's just, it's an attitude towards how they play, and are they going to feel sorry for themselves or turn up? And when they do, you can turn up. But then they have people like Correa, who was on the bench and brought him on and done well. But if I ask you about individual players of both teams, you wouldn't have somebody at a 10 and then somebody at a 4. You'd have somebody at a 9 and somebody at an 8. There's not that far away from each other. And I think we can go through that with all the teams. And luckily for everybody, that Man City ended up playing Real Madrid, because that's where all the world-class players, all the top players are in those two teams. And everyone else is kind of leveled out, man. And obviously Bayern Munich. So it's exciting, bro. I think it makes it more exciting. We're just not used to it. It's a new era of football. And I've stopped being snobby, and even me myself, bro, this nostalgia hits me sometimes, and I'm like, listen, it's not the same. Okay, it's not what I'm not going to start watching football. So let's enjoy it. And it's the last 2 weeks have been amazing, and we've got one more day today, which I'm expecting it to be just the same. And then I'm hoping there's a new winner as well, unless it's Real Madrid, of course. But away from that, I'm hoping there's a new winner to the Champions League. So.
I'm with, you know what's so mad? As much as I wanted, well, not even wanted actually, because I didn't have no stake in the Dortmund versus Atletico Madrid game. It was just more to banter Savage more than anything. Like, Dortmund to go out. But now that Dortmund are through, that's the team I want to win. I can't lie. That's the team I actually want to win, because Savage is right. I kind of want, obviously, I know they've won it before, but in terms of, I just want something new. Like Dortmund winning the Champions League. Do you know how crazy that would be? Like,
that's crazy, bro.
Considering one of Man City or Madrid are going through, so that's already one powerhouse in there. Arsenal, Bayern, they're both like the same level, but that's another kind of powerhouse going through. So to see those two guys or those two teams in there, then Dortmund, if they were to win it, hey, listen, I'm with Dortmund for the rest
You
of
can
the
think in
Champions
it
League.
realistically. You're gonna get PSG or Dortmund's gonna be in the final no matter what now. So
Yeah, exactly.
and yeah, they're not clubs that are used to winning those things. PSG especially, they've had that monkey on them for ages, bro. Like they can't win that tournament. Obviously, Marseille's won it before, and that's their rivals. So it's kind of like Spurs and Arsenal, like, oh, we won the league, you can't win anything, and it's just people bothering you all the time. So in that way, then there's the Mbappe thing where it's like everyone knows it's his last season. He's already won the World Cup. He's already won everything else. I have reservations about him, but obviously I joke around sometimes, and I know how good he is, but I still have a little bit of reservations about him. And most people do when you're at one team in one particular league, even though you've seen him do it on the world scale. You can get lucky in it. You can play against random teams in the World Cup or whatever. So if he gets the Champions League with this PSG, without Neymar, without Messi, and that, with everyone gone, it's just him and Marquinhos really, and everyone else is younger. That's amazing, bro. If he can do that and bring it to Paris for the first time on his way out, bro.
I saw it posted up today. Actually, there was like they were looking at the age of PSG's team, obviously like heading into next season. Yeah. Bro, that age is like now you're starting to see, because obviously beginning of the season, PSG were kind of wishy-washy. You didn't really know what was going on. The Mbappe thing was looming in the background without any real confirmation that he was actually going to go. So everything was kind of all over the gaff. Enrique was looking to some people a bit suspect, but I was like, he's still a good manager. I wouldn't be mad if he doesn't achieve what he needs to achieve here at PSG. But look at the team that he's got. Look at the age profiles that he's got. Now, all of a sudden, things are looking a bit brighter. Now you're like, okay, slightly, this team, if they get things right, and they might just have the right manager, I don't know, to do it. If they do, like they look like they could be a force, and it's not going to be Ibrahimovic with Cavani and Lavezzi, and it's not going to be that old just bare superstars dotted around the pitch. Now it's actually going to be some real ballers, some real good players, some real workman-like players, leaders, all of that kind of stuff built into one team, which should, in theory, actually do well in the future. But
there's no better way for him to leave that team, bro. With all the talk has been, with all the he's being subbed off, and he's got an attitude and blah blah blah, and he keeps. Listen, you heard him. They asked him after the game. He said, "Listen, I'm Parisian. I want to win this trophy, bro." And he said, "Will this affect you leaving the club?" He said, "Nah." So he's just like, I'm trying to do the best I can. But he's ambitious and he wants to do something like that. People are making a bigger deal than he is, bro. And but listen, man, it's a crazy story. I tell you what has creased me, bro. If you remember, before this set of games started, the last show you did, the last thing me and you was talking about was how disappointed we were in Dembele. And you was like, "Yeah,
bro, man. Yeah." And look what he did. Look what he did.
The last 2 games, man's been cooking, bro.
Bro, but he's like, but Dembele is so like that though. He's so like hot and cold. Look, I guarantee, I can't, but I'm gonna guarantee whatever PSG, I'm even gonna watch the game. Whatever PSG's next game is, watch Dembele if he plays in that game. Obviously.
He's one of them people that like. He gets you mad, and if people don't know that you like the player, it sounds like you've got a problem with him. But it's no, we're mad because I'm not making this up. To me, with no injuries, he's better than Mbappe, bro. But like,
he's both-footed, can finish, pace,
And it's like he's always injured, and then when he comes back, it takes him a while to get into the game, and then he's inconsistent. And I'm just like, flipping, how are you? And then I remember you said the other day, like his career was going to end up like, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he just ends up at like one of them clubs. And then I said, yeah, like Fulham or something like that. That was the last thing he said. And then I turned on the TV in the nighttime. I said, there's no way, man, made me look like a dickhead today.
Yeah. There's no way that Fulham are getting this guy. Like this guy, nah. Fulham, that hope of you going to Fulham, I think, we're gonna have to dash that. But it was there. But I guarantee, Savage, I bet you this brother next game against Lens or something, he's just gonna do something dumb. And you're just gonna be like, this is why you're not consistent, bro. You'll have a world-class night, and we'll obviously talk about him. Yeah. You'll have a world-class night, but then you'll then turn into just, I don't know, man, like any average player. And I'm just sitting there thinking, is this even a real guy? Like, are you even a real football player, half the time? But I don't know, man. But listen, I agree. I think PSG moving forward is going to be interesting. I hope this evening kind of matches that, to be honest with you. I think it should, especially the Madrid City game. I think that's going to be a proper good game in terms of the quality more than anything. When you see the summer players, obviously Real Madrid, biggest club, best club, in the world, Manchester City trying to achieve, that kind of status as well. And of course, Pep's probably going to look at this season and think to himself, you know what? If we can win it again 2 seasons in a row, that might just shut some people up. It just in terms of, obviously his legacy is already kind of there, but just in terms of everything surrounding him, Manchester City, it's going to boost that stature.
If they do the Champions League this season and the league, and potentially the FA Cup, that's when it's like it goes from, Guardiola it could be one of the best managers ever, and then he's in the Premier and everyone's like, I don't know, Fergie, but brother, if he does that again, it's over with.
I'll keep it a buck with you though. You see, with the just before we get in, I'm going to go through some of the comments. When I think of Alex Ferguson, the only thing that I think about is his longevity. Listen, man can't scoff at that. You've been doing you were doing this thing for years, like years and years and years and years and years. But you're very similar in Pep in terms of you both had money, you're both at the best teams. So it's not like he was at I'm trying to think like a team that wasn't as good. Even if you think about current Arsenal, weren't really that good, had to kind of develop almost like a Liverpool, and then you just started to dominate ridiculously for the next 20 years. I don't feel like with both of these guys, yes, I know Manchester United's team wasn't that great when he first walked through the door. He was obviously he was at Aberdeen before, did his thing, won in Europe. I get all of that, but I'm just talking from that because, to be honest, they were looking to fire him anyway. He got lucky in terms of staying in his job. So it's almost like his job has had 2 parts. If you take away that first bit and just look from the continuation of that when he won his first Premier League, from like literally from that point on, bro, you had like the best players in almost every single position. So you and Pep are very similar anyway. When I think about it, I kind of do have Pep over him, but
Pep yesterday
probably stay a bit longer.
Ferguson would never allow Harry Kane to mash up Manu. He'd just take him in it.
He just take him, exactly. Pep won't just take like
Pep won't do that.
Salah from Liverpool, like.
Yeah. Fergus was like, "Oh, you think you can do that against us? Well, come into my club, innit? That's what's happening."
Okay. What did he do? Aston Villa, almost winning the league. What does he do? Let me get Dwight York. Hey, Newcastle, you guys look like you're winning the league. Let me get Andy Cole, bro. Like, who does that?
Tried to take him.
I had to take Shearer, but Shearer just said, "Nah, you can't. You know what I mean? You can't just flash your, what's and just think I can just come to your team." And that, I mean, it might have been better for him career wise, but at least he had time.
That West Ham game against United, bro, snatched.
Bro, this is what I'm trying to say. Like,
they took Van Persie. They had a preseason game against Sporting, took Ronaldo. These don't mess around, bro. Like, okay.
Bro, said, you know what? We're going to take the best young English talent that you guys have ever seen. Wayne Rooney, come over here. Teams didn't even have a chance to get this brother. Before I knew it, I blinked. All of a sudden, Everton have accepted the bid for Manchester United for Wayne Rooney. I was like, all right, cool. Like, is he going to be as good as we think he is? Obviously, it turned out to be one of the best players we've ever seen, man. But big up Strasbourg, Steve. Here's an interesting one to start off with. Is calling Emi Martinez that crazy. We'll talk about it. Apart from Ali, big up Psychedelic, by the way. Apart from Ali, do Liverpool have any world-class players anymore? I remember when Salah was world-class. We'll talk about it. Before we even get into, and big up Ends, by the way, bro. You're away for 2 weeks, my brother. And I can't wait 2 weeks for you to go and do what you're doing, bro. Like, that's a long time. Content needs the content in. Do you know what I mean? I apologize, though. I do apologize, bro.
Ends is on the beach, kicking sand and raging.
Bro, kicking sand. These times I'm at home trying to sort out the heating and that, making sure it's not too hot or too cold. And you're worried about... Listen, don't worry about that, Ends, man. We're here. Let me get it up. Perfect. All right. So I went online.
I'm a loser in it, so I know what... Okay, I'm gonna expose
you know the site that I got this from.
Well, I read the dictionary every day. That's Collins, isn't it?
Yes, because I've literally got it up right now just to make sure I got it right.
I saw the Collins and how it was wrote. I was like, that's Collins dictionary there, bro. Yeah.
So Savage just said it there. Collins dictionary. So this is their definition of the term world class. A world-class sports player, performer, or organization is one of the best in the world. So before we go and look at some of the players, when you look at that, Savage, and in your own words, in your own perception, what do you deem that, or what do you deem that to actually mean? When I say to you, what do you think world class actually means? Like,
I'm a bit, yeah. When it comes to these kind of things, I'm a bit autistic, bro. I'm very logical with things, in it. So
No,
that's
bro,
why when people are having conversations and I tell people words do matter with what you're saying, and then they cry like, "Oh no, it doesn't." I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to get at what you're saying. I think example, not sure calling anyone out. 12 Man was doing a video on Liverpool players, in it, but it was ranking them in terms of like, and it had like legend, cult hero, and then like I think like world class or something. And they said something about one of the players, and I was like, how does that work out when you've said this word? And it was like, oh, ignore the words. I'm like, I can't, bruv.
It's right there. Yeah, I'm the same.
This show wouldn't happen if everyone just stopped running around calling everybody world class. You know what I mean? Or sometimes I'll listen to Redmen TV and they're talking and be like, yeah, this Nunes needs to put the ball in the back of net because he's a world class striker, but blah blah blah. And I'm like, bruv, that is an oxymoron, bruv. You just started with he's a world class striker, but with world class strikers, there ain't that, bruv. So people throwing it around all the time does confuse everyone. And now we got this internet phase where a lot of people are on here are not even patronizing actually, because it's older people as well, but they just take from the internet. So it's like, oh, this is world class and that's world class. And then it ends up making me feel like I don't want to be part of the argument then, because I'm here sitting thinking I should be not. Sometimes if I make an 11, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
If I think of people who can go in a position, I'm probably not. But then I'm not. There's not as many as you, especially with people who have gone. And I feel like I don't know if there's another term, or instead of making stuff up, but when someone has been world class and is getting to the tail end of their career and they're naturally dropping off just because life, they probably should go into another category where they're just untouched now, because it's not fair to go, oh yeah, but because that's what happened when I said it last time. They're like, oh yeah, Benzema, but he's in Saudi Arabia. But I just watched him kill everyone in the Champions League a year ago, bruv. A year ago. And man are like, nah, but I'm like, okay, I get it, but that's not really fair, is it? So man's whole career doesn't mean anything anymore. So Ronaldo doesn't exist anymore. So it's like they probably should go in, I don't know, man, some alumni business, and it like you're out there, you just, you know what I mean, Hall of Famers and that, and then we can move what's
they're
going
the
on.
untouchables. They're the untouchables.
But this is a vague. The definition of actual world class is very vague when it comes to football. Any other sport you can think of, what's not like there's a lot of individual sport out there, so in it. So if you go Rafa Nadal's world class, very easy to say if he's world class or not, because they're ranked in numbers and you can see him play. Whereas football,
there's no rank like that.
Yeah, there's a team. There's 23 players on your team. There's a manager who helps to that as well. There's the style of play. There's the tactics. There's the formation. We've seen people like who look world class or are world class, and then they go to another team and they're not it anymore. So it's a hard thing. And then you get the leagues as well. Or i.e., if I'm saying Mbappe didn't win the World Cup, you'd struggle, wouldn't you? Because you'd be like, everyone's just going to say it's in the French league.
And these are the conversations we've got to have. I'm like Savage. I am a bit autistic in that kind of way. I'm very say what, like if you're saying something, if you say one thing, I fully mean the literal meaning of whatever you just said. And people always, my missus always gets on to me because she's always like, I didn't mean that. I said, but you said that though. So I'm going to take it for the literal meaning of whatever it is. But that's all the domestics. We'll get away from that. But in terms of the football stuff, that's why I always think of things in such a logical way, like Savage, because I'm always like, if you're saying this, that's what you mean. Don't say this, but then mean something else. Because then it goes back to what I put on Twitter about, well, you're saying, I said I like strawberries, but then you taking it as, oh, well, you don't like pineapples. It's like, well, no, I'm saying that I just like strawberries. I didn't mention pineapples. Didn't mention anything else. I'm just saying I like this specific kind of thing.
There's too much open to interpretation on it. There's like too much. Like, at least if we had a guideline, then we can shut some people out, whether people like it or not. It's kind of crazy that FIFA don't have their own, considering FIFA.
They should. Well, they should.
Obviously, FIFA the game changed this year, but it's been out since FIFA 94. And when you play the game, it starts off with like amateur, intermediate, world class, professional, world class. So I'm like, so if you're saying that, then why is there not a definition to go? I mean, the world class means that this player should be blah blah blah. Because I have my own. Like sometimes I try and make my own about like how much time they need to have played and what, not so much what league, but how they've contributed. And we can go through that as well. But it's interesting, man. It's a bit of a weird thing, bro.
No, it's true. And big up Revenite. I'll be real with you. Savage will be the one to really answer this kind of thing, because Savage will tell you probably, and I don't want to, I'll let him speak on it, but he'll probably tell you anyway that don't read between the lines with what he's saying.
No.
If he's saying something, he's saying something. Like he's not,
he's
he's not
saying
trying to
something.
be vague about it. Like he's actually saying whatever it may be in whatever context. But
Because only every now and again Klopp gets a bit confused just because his first language.
Just because of English. Yeah, of course.
And sometimes he won't get it on the day, and then he'll go away, and then clearly the press start talking shit about him. Then when he goes back to the next press conference, he'll be like, "What I meant when I said in this one was there are everything now and again that just naturally as a human you know that he doesn't mean." Like when he did that thing when he's like, there's a small matter of AFCON around the corner, and I'm like, everyone's like, "Oh my god,
that one was dumb." No, I can't lie. That one, even I thought that was dumb.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, you really know what you mean, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's like us going, fucking hell, man. We got Atalanta tomorrow, man, and we've got that small matter of Man City on the weekend. Of course, we don't think Man City's. It's actually taking the piss. It's almost a compliment to that thing. You're going, that massive things happening on the weekend. We have to deal with this. But otherwise, from that, Klopp said he's tired. I literally played the interview on the day. As soon as it released, I played it on the channel. And while me and Enz was watching it, and I'm looking at the chat, man are telling me stuff that we're watching it, and Klopp just said, "I'm tired. I think Klopp's sick." He said, "You don't have to worry." He said, "You don't have to worry. I'm not sick." What if he's ill, man?
Bro, he's telling you that he's not ill.
I think it's FSG. He says, "Promise you, me and FSG's relationship's great. It's nothing to do with them. I think it's FSG." I'm like, bro, what the fuck? It's like when in the summer, everyone's like, "Oh, Liverpool's got some war chest of money and they're going to use it on Tchouaméni or Bellingham." And then when we didn't get them, they're like, the club's lied to us. And they're doing it now because they're talking about stuff like, we were lied to. The club, I searched the website. There was never first of all, no club ever makes a statement like that. Anyway, we've got a war chest and we're going to spend money. There was no statement on there. There was no statement from Klopp. There was no statement from Edwards, Wards, whatever the other. There's nothing, bruv. So I'm just like, so a journalist said something, and you just ran with it. Okay, that's your problem. That's not the journalist's problem. That's yours. Journalist done his job properly because now you're running around talking about it everywhere. So well done to him. And the manager and that are not stupid. That's what it is.
Nah. Listen, man. Like I said, Savage, I was tell you better than me because my only ever, I think, issue with Klopp and would I say press conferences is, and to be fair, it's also my issue, not issue, but my thing with Pep Guardiola. They're very similar. Is that when they do lose games, at times I feel it's almost like you just lost the game, innit? I can understand the pressure, media chatting shit in your ear, and it's just making things 10 times worse. So you say things that if you were just in a calm environment, you probably just wouldn't have even have said. You wouldn't really say. So at times he'll say things after defeats or a bad result, so to speak, and it'll just be like, bro, I guess I'm vexed too, because I'll be like, bro, I don't want to hear that. Like, you just lost the game. I don't want to hear
realistically, the press conference should be the day after. It shouldn't be straight
That's what I've said. That's what I said. Like, they should, but I understand why they do it straight after the game because they need the headline.
Like Salah, innit? It's like when Salah, we know when Salah misses a shot, he laughs, innit?
Yeah, all the time.
But when man ain't feeling Salah, they get so mad with it. This motherfucker, how dare he laugh? When I'm like, bruv, you all know that this is Salah's thing, bruv, but now all of a sudden you're making it extreme.
I can't lie. I'm the same way. I actually, when I do something that I shouldn't have done, I have this nervous smile about it. Like I'll just be like, but I know I'm smiling, but I promise you, I'm vexed on the inside. I am actually vexed on the inside. So.
Yeah.
But so
that comment there was right as well about the Germans. My missus told me that as well because she's Scandinavian and she said that before I was watching Klopp say something, and I'm like, why am I responding to it? This and my missus just looking at it like, she's like, nah, that's how it is in over there, Germany and Scandinavia. And everyone's just straightforward. Because you remember Haaland's old interviews at Dortmund.
Oh yeah. If Haaland was allowed to swear in this country in interviews, he'd swear he swore in the first, like one of the first interviews you ever did.
I watched. Remember where that in lockdown, obviously the famous Haaland celebration comes for that against Wolfsburg when he points at the one woman in the crowd because there's no one there.
Yeah. Who's that with?
That's Dortmund versus Wolfsburg.
Oh yeah.
But then they ask him after the game. They're like, "Oh, I see you went and done your famous celebration in the corner. Was that to your fans?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he didn't say anything else. And then it was like, "Oh, so is that for your fans at home?" He's like, "Yeah." But he didn't have anything else to say. That's what you asked him. You know, like when everyone laughed at Elise for that interview when he's like,
I was just about to bring up Elise.
Elise, it's a great goal today. You put it in the top corner. How did you feel? It's like, feels great. It's like, what did you think when you got the boys like picked up the ball, turned, shot, scored? And
It was so just straightforward. Yeah, I started busting up myself. I was like, yo. Man said, why are you asking me questions, big man? You saw the goal. You saw how good it was. You saw what it meant. You know what the game state was. Why are you asking me stupid questions? That's exactly what was going through my mind every time when I was listening to it live and he was answering the questions. I just kept thinking, why are you asking? Like, bro, you saw the goal. I saw the goal. We both know it was a sick goal. I'm not here to debate all of that. Like, we're just trying to move on to the next game. Like, let's move.
We have to be honest as people who have played football and that. And I know if we got interviewed in Saturday, Sunday League or even Academy about some of my goals, bro, the response, if you want the truth response from me, is like, oh, what went for your mind, Savage, when you picked up the ball? And I said, I just shot.
That's a shot, yeah, big man thing. I actually
was aiming for the. Nah, bro, I didn't aim anywhere. I know where the goal is, so I shot.
I know where the goal is.
I put the ball between. You know how many times I've struck the ball and it's megged the goalkeeper for a goal? If you ask me, what did you mean to do? You think I aimed between the goalie's legs when it was closed, bro? But no, I just took the shot, bro. I just rossed it. What do you want me to do? Bro. That's why I love Gerrard's one about the Gerrard final FA Cup. What did you think, Gerrard? He's like, I had cramp in it, so I just shot.
Yeah, like, bro, like, and you could tell. Obviously, he's got good shooting ability anyway. So in his mind, he's just thinking, let me just try something. You never even know. If you don't buy a lottery ticket, you're never gonna win the lottery. So let me just try it. And he scored, bro. Like, leave me alone, man. Like, these guys, I can tell with football players, especially now, from the interview, even Cole Palmer's interview with Gilchrist and the thing when they asked him about that penalty situation. He was calm when they were asking him questions about his hat trick and rare-tear. The second they asked him about the penalty situation, bro, his whole demeanor went from, yeah, man, I was good. And then he's like, I see he put his hand in his pocket. He was just kind of like, yeah, obviously, you know, the gaffer, you know, he told us, like, I'm the penalty taker. You know, everybody wants, I knew he knew they were going to ask him that question. Fair enough. But at the same time, I knew he wasn't trying to answer these kind of questions. He's thinking, why are you bringing this up? Like, bro, I just got to we won 6-0.
Yeah, because if you done that to Troy Deeney and that happened, bro, it's a problem because he's going to tell you the man that was acting like a dickhead and
100%.
Got in the change room. That's
fact. But the thing is, and this is why I like American sports, because they're so much more honest with their they could be a bit more explicit with what they say. By the way, I'm not some idiot, guys. I'm not trying to see effing and blinding every 2 seconds. I'm not trying to say that. What I am saying though is that just be a little bit more expressive, or allowed to be a bit more expressive. Like, they try to say the reasons why. I was reading something like a while back. The reasons why they don't allow is because, like, kids are watching this. I was like, so what? There are no kids in America? Like, are there 0 kids watching these sports? Like,
because in American sports, like, they don't apologize for, like, you know, sometimes you can hear the crowd.
Yeah, they always apologize.
Like, ITV and that, they're like, we're on Sky Sports, might have heard some foul language. I'm not apologizing for the crowd, bro. Like, that's not even me.
Yeah, real talk.
There's kids in the crowd next to that person, bro. Like, if you don't want to hear swearing, don't take your kids to a football match. And I hate when people do that as well. You got to be careful taking kids to football match because they should. So listen, it's emotion, innit? Exactly. Take your kid to the end where we don't sing him that to the family. Exactly. That's why there's family ends, bro. Don't bring him to the cop end, bro. Don't bring him.
Bring a man to the cop end and expecting everyone to just be like, "Oh, how are you doing, Harry?" You go, "Yeah, I'm not too bad. Just watching a game of football." Doesn't work like that, bro.
It's the thing, man. UK was trying to act like they're better than everyone, bro. This isn't the 1500s anymore, bro. Like, allow it, like.
Man, I need to stop acting like we're so prim and proper, man. It's not really about that.
Yeah, because Palmer would have said to him, is like, listen, we won that game, and this is what you want to talk about. And then he would have said, yeah, but it happened in the game. So we won the game. We're friends in it. It's cool. The teammates allow me.
No, facts. But honestly, it's like I said, the UK, there's a lot that they need to fix up, and there's a lot of things they need to, like, hurry up and change. But whether we see it or not, I don't really know, man. But guys, big up everybody, by the way, who's in the building. As you already know, check on my featured channel list. Savage Talks Football, or Sports actually, is there. So make sure you guys go and smash the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. You guys, and like I said, you can see on the screen, this is that definition that's in the Collins dictionary, right? So we're going to go based on this definition for today's video. Let's even get up the list of world-class players. Obviously, I've not put in every single player in the world because ain't nobody got time to be doing all of that kind of crap. Let's change this.
That also gets me with the world class thing, bro. This sounds crazy, innit?
Go on.
But it's most of the time it's club football because the international tournaments don't come around very often.
Yeah.
Isn't it just European class? Because we don't count like Santos and that ever.
Very true. So when they do the Ballon d'Ors and stuff, I'm like, are you just in? But to be fair, have they changed the definition of what the Ballon d'Or actually is?
Ballon d'Or is European, isn't it?
It's Europe. Okay, cool.
But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're the best team in the world. But then, like, Liverpool win the Champions League, we sing we're the best in Europe until we play in the Club World Cup, and then if you win that, you say you're the best team in the world, which is fair enough because you played against them teams. But when we're talking about actual players, it's like, for example, if somebody comes in now, you invited someone who watches only the Brazilian league or Argentine league and that, and they tell you that Donny from Boca Juniors is one of the best in the world, and you're gonna try to argue with him, and he's gonna be like,
yeah, of course.
What are you talking about, bro? I watch him kill it every week, bro.
No, it's true. It's true. And it's so mad because you'll say it with chest as well. Like, yo, like, Donny's not like prime example. When we were linked and everybody was calling Andre, that defensive midfielder.
Yeah, they forgot about him now, innit?
Yeah, bro, I haven't even heard a word. When everyone was talking about this guy being sick, nah, trust me. I'm like, all right, maybe for Fluminense in that, I hear it, and I'm not even trying to discredit that. But of course, we got to see what he would be like over here in thing. But over there in Brazil, nah, they were calling this guy like one of the next big things.
Exactly.
And it's difficult for me to even look at that and say, nah, he's chatting rubbish, because the reality is over there, he's actually seen as one of the best players, literally in that kind of.
Bro, they were calling Neymar baby Pele at Santos, bro.
Exactly. So,
bro.
And
that's when I was tuning in, because I was like, this geezer with the looking like a baby cheater and that, bro. He's ridiculous. And it weren't just him. There was that Danilo who used to play next to him as well. I was like, no, hold on a minute, bro. He's like dangerous, bro. So,
hey, remember, it was Neymar and what's the other youth's name?
Skinner Jew.
No, man. There was guys in the chat, man. You remember there was two of them. It was Neymar, and they both played for the same team. It was Neymar and the other guy.
The one whose career
Ganzo.
Yeah, I was about to say the Donny's career went south, bro.
He went south, bro. I remember back them times, especially when I was playing like Championship Manager and that. I remember getting both of those two players, and I promise you would have thought that these two were gonna just go to the moon and back. Like it was supposed to be Matt. Obviously, only really Neymar was the one who actually had a good career out of it, which is crazy to think when you think about how many of these Brazilians, Argentinians as well, by the way, there's quite a few of those who are being plucked from their teams. And I'm just looking and thinking, bro, like the world is so big, bro. Like, of course, there's going to be players who are better than the European players that you're seeing. Of course, like the world is too big for it. In the depths of Africa, I'm sure if I went back home, I can probably find a player who's a lot better than the players that you're seeing in the Premier League, under 18s Premier League teams. Like, bro, trust me, man, it's actually crazy. It's actually crazy. Big up Angel in the building. Good point, Savage. No one cares about Santos or Poco. You don't care. Like, you don't care. Big up Zed. Yeah, you're froze. Yeah, you're froze. I see it now. Yeah. I swear to God, you and Ends, you freeze in the perfect positions, bro. Like how you do it, I don't know. Perfect position, bro.
Ends are frozen in some zesty positions before, blood. I can't lie.
Yeah, no. To be fair, you're right. Ends, pattern that up when you come back, bro. Serious question: was Juninho world class when he was carrying Middlesbrough?
What a baller, man. Little Juninho in that.
Yeah. Listen, he was a baller. I wouldn't have called him world class, but I definitely would have said one of the better players in the Premier League at that period of time.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best in the Premier.
Would that? Nah. Because if you think back to that time period, think about how many actual Zidans and Nedveds and all these kind of guys were out there. I just don't think he would have made that kind of list, kind of thing. But listen, absolute baller. Big up Gagging Deep. I remember when Neymar got a top 10 vote years back playing for Santos. Yeah, bro, this is what I'm saying. And these times, I promise you, back them times, you probably never even seen him kick a ball. You just saw YouTube videos every now and again and all that. You probably had never really seen him ball out or anything like that. But yeah, and big up Scraps. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know Wagwan for Ganzo. Like, I don't know how his career has ended up or what he ended up doing or how it ended up going for him. I don't know. Honestly, Messi, CR7, Mbappe, Kane, Ronaldo, R9, Maldini, Henry, Gerrard are for me world class. Yeah, I think Yeah, all of them were world class, or are world class, or however you want to put it. So cool. We've got the list here. World class, not yet, but close. Maybe in a few years. Just might be just because of their age. The ship has sailed, meaning they ain't gonna be world class. You've seen enough of them to know or to think they won't be world class. And as Savage said, I kind of added that one just there. The kind of untouchables, the ones where you may not call them world class now purely due to their age, but they're in that untouchable where it's like, I'm not going to put you in any real category because you were actually a world class player for so long. But now, because you're 39 or whatever the case may be, you're just in no kind of category. You're just doing your thing and whatever. Let's go through the list of players. Now, like I said, guys, I was not trying to get every player that's playing in football at this current moment in time. So I just picked like a handful because I was sitting there for time trying to think of however many players. I was trying to throw some curveballs in there. So yeah, there's a hell of players in there that we're going to just go through. Obviously, you guys in the chat, obviously participate. Let me know, do you think me and Savage are chatting shit? What category would you put these guys in? Savage, first one. Kvaratskhelia. I'll go with Kvaradona.
Okay, let me just 1 sec because I can't even see anything. It's just
Oh,
frozen.
no, that's all good.
Yes. And you got Adam. Well, let me go on YouTube. I can see it from there. At the moment, it's got categories there apart from world class. Is that what it is?
Yeah. So you've got. You read it out. You got world class.
Mm-hmm.
You got not yet but close.
Mm-hmm.
You got maybe in a few years. You got the ship has sailed. So now you think that now I've seen enough of them. They ain't gonna be world class. And then you've got the untouchables, the ones that we were talking about earlier on. So the ones who were like if I haven't got him on there, but if I had like Thomas Muller on here, where you're like, yeah, at one stage maybe you would have called him world class, but now he's phasing out his career. He's just in that untouchable kind of of market.
Okay, yeah, I've got it up on YouTube now, so I can see what you're saying. Cool. Crabber,
so
I've got in.
People in the chat, let me know what you think as well. But yeah, Kvaratskhelia.
I got Crabber in maybe in a few years.
Maybe in a few years. So you don't even think not yet, but close. I'm just asking, by the way, if you think he's there, listen.
I think it's like one season, isn't it?
One, fair enough.
Yeah, because everything else I've seen great of him has been international football. But yeah, I think one season, and I don't think that's not consistent enough because you have one season wonders in it. Like Michu was cold, but I don't know where he's now. Yeah. I mean, obviously retired now, but he was cold. So
no, it's true.
How old is he?
Yeah, Angel just asked the same question. People in the chat, I know you guys got the Google open as well. How old is Kvaratskhelia?
If he's like 23,
20. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, if he's around that age, then I think that maybe in a few years actually makes sense because it'll probably be once he leaves Napoli and ends up on a bigger scale, then you'd see more. So
yeah, 23.
Oh,
literally turned 23 this year as well.
Oh, perfect, bro. Because that in a few years could be 3-4 years, 26, 27. Laughing, good age, man. So yeah. Which is good because that sets the tempo for the whole thing now.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. And this is why I said I wanted to do this one, obviously if you were available, but I wanted to do this one with you guys because I said, yeah, we're not here trying to just give out, brownie points for the sake of just one season wonders kind of thing. And I think that's very important. Hence the reason why I never had Salah in world class until I think after season 3. Same. Or midway through season 3, like kind of thing. Like I was like, okay, now you can be in world class. Because the first season, you're like, okay, you've done world class things. I hear all of that. Second season, you didn't even do as well in terms of your output wise, but you remained consistent in your performance levels. So I was like, okay, cool. Then in that third season, that's when because you remain consistent for literally for 2-3 years, it's like, well, you now have to kind of be there. You're also getting the output. You're doing your thing. That's why you're kind of in those kind of that kind of conversation. So yeah, I don't do this. For me, it takes a minute before I even consider for you to be world class. I can't lie to you. And by the way, age does not mean anything to me. You could be world class at the age of 18 if I feel you're that good.
And also,
go on,
when it comes to the list, clearly that everyone who's even around this list means that they're a dope footballer.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is from I just found like the top 100 players. And I just picked from there. Obviously, I didn't pick 100, but I just picked from that kind of list anyway.
Yeah. Because I just feel like with the ship, the ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Does that have So maybe he's on the verge of it. You didn't live up to what we thought the potential, and it's kind of gone. Or is it that and we thought you were world class for a bit, and then you're just not anymore?
No, the way I look when I wrote that, I was like, I feel like that would be a category of you've seen this player now for 1 or 2 seasons, if
Yeah.
not potentially even 3 or 4, whatever, and you just said, as you said, we thought you could have been world class, but you've just not hit that high. Like, okay, prime example. In fact, no, I don't want to say the name, but the name I think we were just talking about earlier on, where you're like, yeah, I thought you could be world class, but right now with the age that you're at, unless a miracle happens, I feel like that ship has already sailed.
Okay, so if you've touched, I know I'm asking a lot of questions just to make sure, though.
No.
If that means if you've already touched the world class thingy, that obviously that's based off being consistent already.
Yeah.
If we don't think that you're that level anymore, you're just going to untouchables then, pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah, literally.
Safe. Got it. Yeah, I like this list though. All right, continue. Got you, bro.
All right, cool. Next player I'm going to pick is John Stones. John Stones, people. I would go with, if I was picking, which I am, I would say it's difficult because obviously, like I said, age doesn't really matter, but it matters in the context of, do I think you're going to get better with that age? And he ain't young, to my knowledge anyway. I don't think he's young. I'm sure he's late 20s.
He's not. And he, I've been making a point over John Stones the last couple of weeks as well, man. He looks like his legs are dying.
Yes.
I don't know if he's injured or not, but he's not fast. He looks very slow.
Yeah.
Last season was a great season for him, like his best season, but he was in midfield for most of it. I remember when he was like, I remember when he was the name, bro. But and I was because I remember I was working at a different gym at the time. My bread gym kept going, "Oh, John Stones." I'm like, yeah, but you're just talking about him doing Cruyff turns in his own box for Everton, bro. Like, I don't really, you know what I mean? And it took a while for him to get into being the guy at Man City in terms of they need him on the pitch. Yeah. I think with him, the ship never had no fuel in it, blood. I don't even think.
Yeah, I feel like the ship. It's literally that, but in the context of this, I feel like the ship has sailed. And big up everyone, you're kind of saying the same.
Yeah, same.
The ship has sailed because it's like, as Savage said, man. You like if you were a bit younger, then I would have been like, oh, okay, you know what? Maybe in a few years, with the way that he's going and his injury record is actually kind of calm, then yeah, maybe so. But I'm looking at you and I'm thinking, brother, I feel like that last season, that's the best season you're gonna have. I don't think you're gonna match that kind of quality ever again. So yeah, big up Andy saying, yeah, the ship has sailed. All right, cool. We're off to a kind of a good start, man. We ain't put no one in there. Obviously, there's the ones that we already know, so I kind of want to save them to like later on. Who's another tricky one? Leroy Sané. Leroy Sané.
This is my guy, man.
I like him too. I've always liked, from when he was at Schalke to Man City, I've always thought he's a dope baller. Always. What are you guys saying in the chat? Leroy Sané, what we dealing with?
Leroy's such a weird one because his talent's obviously he's already at one of the biggest clubs he can be at, and he came from another big club.
Exactly. But would you sit here and say that he's fulfilled that potential though?
No, not yet. And he's got the fact that he's joined the German squad when Germany's been on a downturn, bro. Like, they've not been good. Whereas the team just before him was the cold Germany. That was the one that mashed up Brazil in the World Cup. And so, it's again, how old is he?
Let me check now. I'm going to say he's 29. Yeah. Let me check.
It's interesting.
But I do agree with what you're saying though. It's like he is that's why I put him on there, because I was like, he's a funny one. Like, I don't know where I would realistically put him in. He is 28, turned 28 this year. And we were all wrong.
There's a lot of talk about him possibly leaving Bayern as well, isn't it? Leroy, man.
Tricky one, man. That's what I'm saying. Not easy.
It's not because
Cav, if you're available, by the way, if you're free, let me know. And yeah, just you can jump in, man.
Yeah, he's not. Oh, shit, man. He's always injured as well. So when I'm talking about in a possible couple of years, I don't even know if his legs are going to make that. But
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, is this the best that we're going to see from someone like a Leroy Sané? Like, I almost feel he falls into that John Stones category where you're like, but at the same time, he was also in the category of not yet but close. He was actually there.
I'm actually, that's. I'm actually thinking not yet but close. Thinking that. I don't know, because thinking where we put Craver and his has got a few years, and that makes sense because of his age.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm there thinking about man's injuries, but I can't predict the future of his legs. And so realistically, he's got everything to his game as well.
Bro, he's an absolutely dope winger. Like, if this was like,
if we didn't
know his injury record, we would probably say world class.
He's won everything in league football as well already, isn't it? And he's been part of the squad. So is that Bayern Munich when they won the Champions League in lockdown?
Was he there when he won it?
Yeah, because we're up because he didn't went Man City straight to Bayern.
Yeah, he went, but is that the year that they won it? When he went that same year? Let me check.
They won it 2000. It was Chelsea, Bayern, Man City. That was the lockdown period, and 3 years. Chelsea, Bayern, Man City. He wasn't there. He's still at Man City.
No, yeah, because he won the UEFA Super Cup in 2020. So he literally just missed it that season.
He's screwing. He missed it, and then the team that he left, they went and won the Champions League 2 years later. Anyway, that's mad.
Yeah. He literally. So he's never. Yeah, from what I can see here, he's never ever won the Champions League. That's crazy. Won everything else, as you said, the Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, Community Shield, Bundesliga, DFL Super Cup, UEFA Super Cup, FIFA. Oh, he hasn't won the Pokal though. That's a bit weird. Club World Cup.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say not yet, but close.
I agree. Now listen. Like I said, for me, he was always there, but we're using the context of we don't know what his injuries are going to be like. I haven't got a clue what that's going to look like. So if he stays injury free, he's world class in like a year, I reckon.
Yeah. I think I was about to say, because not yet but close could be you predicting the next year. It could be great or it could be terrible. And if it's terrible, then it's just terrible, and it just drop off and you go back to the ship is sailed. But
exactly. Leroy, Zed Medi's actually saying Leroy, he would put him in untouchable. So you think he was? So if you're saying untouchable, you're saying, do you think that he was already world class, but now he's on the kind of just? But he's still young enough though. Like he's not like he's still young enough. Yeah, man.
Considering how long all the other players have lasted, Benzema and all that, they're all like 36 and that now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think he goes in untouchable, bro, because that's people like Lewandowski and them man are.
Yeah, exactly. And I even got him on. That's like the cruisers and even even Cruz. I'd still call world class today anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not even mad. All right, cool. We'll go to the next one. Griezmann.
He's world class, bro.
Savage thought about it. He said, "Nah, he's a world class player."
Yeah, he's one that like he can make you forget about him very quick, just because of I don't know, like he's a whore, innit? He's been around the clubs and gone back to clubs and left and gone back. But we've seen him perform on the highest levels, and we're talking World Cup finals as well.
Yeah,
and club football, and he always seems to end up being the guy wherever he goes. Bro. So right now, Atletico. He's still the guy, and he's not even. They play him in like midfield now.
Yep.
Yeah, Griezmann's cemented still. I don't know about the blackface to Griezmann, but still.
You know what's crazy? Well, after you're talking, I was thinking, is Savage going to mention the blackface thing? that might be a bit like that'll be the reason why some people say nah. But listen, forgetting that because I've seen Drake do the same thing. Forgetting all of that. This guy.
Hold on. Wait. Drake, bro, don't do that.
No. You know Drake's my guy, bro. I told you this yesterday.
No, Drake in blackface when you got a black dad is crazy.
But you saw. You know what? I'm not even gonna get into it. It starts getting Savage. It starts getting political, bro. I understand he has a black dad, but when you do things like that, bro, I promise you're gonna rub people up the wrong way. You're definitely gonna rub people up the wrong way, man. Man was not happy when I saw that. I tell you that for free. He knew he could do it. Like, you know, when you're on the line, so you think, well, no one's gonna. I mean, because I've got my pups and everything, they can't say nothing to me. All right, next one. We'll do a bit of an easy one. Luka Modric.
It's untouchable, bro.
Yeah, that guy is like, yeah, he's just I
One of
always
the great footballers of all time, man. So
yeah. That's an easy one. Let's get I just want to get one easy one out of the way. You know what? Go for one of your boys, Valverde.
hey,
You'd have to tell me. Really, I know where I would put him, but I'd love to hear what you'd think.
it's very easy, very easy for me.
Go on.
Maybe in a few years, but
oh wow, you don't even think he's like close, like to being a world class player?
Oh yeah, I forgot that's there. My bad. Yeah, that one. My bad.
Okay,
my bad.
yeah. That's the one I would put him in. It's not yet, but close.
I was looking at the actual screen and then it was stuck on that part, so I just like.
Oh yeah, sorry. No. I'm just trying to scroll it.
He's cold. He's cold, and I think he might end up. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do about the club, but obviously with new signings, Endrick coming in, Mbappe, it's got. I have a feeling it's gonna be Valverde or Rodrigo, bro, some way.
You think so?
Yeah, because Vinny's not moving anywhere, bro. You can't have Endrick, Valverde, Rodrigo, Vinny, Mbappe, Bellingham, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, and they're talking about Cruz and Modric signing another year contract, bro. What the fuck, bro? Where man getting game time, bro? We barely go in the middle. Yeah, but it's long, bro.
By the way, I love the fact that big up. I think maybe because this chat, you've been on my channel, Jerry's, Savages, and you guys are a bit more. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if I had this conversation with other people, I feel like bare people will be saying, "Nah, world class," straight off the rip, and I feel like that wouldn't have been the right thing to do. Not to say that, bro, we can see his quality; he's a fantastic player, but I just feel like some people, you know, their kind of opinion on football at times is a little bit wishy-washy.
People are in the spaces, bro. They're the crackers.
Oh, bro, you listen, spaces sometimes, bro. It's a jungle out there. You know what? Let's talk about him. Dembele. Ousmane Dembele. Seeing that we were just talking about him, let's just throw him in there.
Weird one, isn't he, bro?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, I doubt me and you could change our opinion in a week. So
nah.
I'm willing to just say the ship sailed, and then if the ship ends up refueling somewhere and coming back, then big up to him. But I think, he's likely to. You put all your money on him now from the last two games, and then the first leg against Dortmund, he's probably going to be terrible, bro.
Yep.
So yeah, ship has sailed for me, bro. And it's disappointing. Obviously, I had him at Dortmund as well. I just think, what a talent, bro. What a talent. Yeah. And if he proves me wrong, it's a good thing. So I'm here for that still.
Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. Like, I just wish at the time when he did move to Barcelona from Borussia Dortmund, I remember sitting there thinking, I don't want you to stay for one more season, you know? Like, I need you to stay for just one more season at Dortmund, kill it there again for 2 seasons. Savage will be back. Kill it there again at Dortmund, literally, and then you can make that move to Barcelona. But remember, this is when Barcelona, like, look, they're spending all 100 and whatever millions on Ousmane Dembele. Then they want to be spending 100 and something million on Philip Coutinho. They were spending money like it was going out of fashion. I remember they bought Malcolm, if you guys remember. They ended up buying Malcolm, bought him, ended up then shipping him out to whoever. Like, yeah, I feel like Barcelona during that period of time, I feel like they were kind of a little bit lost with where they were trying to go, the things that they were actually trying to do. That's why they ended up in the position, in my opinion, that they're currently in at the moment, which is you're in that kind of space where now Barcelona are in the position of I've just got to funnel through as many young players as I possibly can because of all the lack of the silly recruitments that you're doing. Dembele and Coutinho, dope players. Did they fit your team at the time? I don't think so. I think you just wanted to get them because you didn't want no one else to get these kind of players. And it's almost like a statement thing. I want to be known as, we can still go out and spend, we can do this and do that, but forgetting that Barcelona, the reason why they've been so good, let's say, like the Barcelona we know, the reason why is because of the ethos of the team. None of those 2 players, in my opinion, fit the ethos of your team.
At all.
That's why the young players coming through now look so good. Gavi, Pedri, they fit the ethos. Kubasi, Lamine, like they've all these guys fit your philosophy. The other guys, they were just dope players around the world, but didn't really fit what you were trying to do. Rakitic, smart signing, fitted what you was trying to do, bro. Come on. Like, big up, but they spent crazy money on Malcolm. I swear he's in flipping. Where is he?
Man, like Malcolm in the middle and that blood.
That's pro. I'm sure this guy is. Let me even check. I'm sure he's just out here just kicking it. I was gonna say Saudi, but I don't feel like he's in Saudi. I feel like he's somewhere else. Oh, he is. He's in Al Hilal.
Yeah, Al Hilal, innit? Yeah. I mean, man, them getting whipped and that.
Bro, Matting. He went to Zenit St. Petersburg, stayed there for 4 seasons, and then moved to out. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. And this was supposed to be a guy who was the next kind of thing.
I think he was linked to Arsenal before Al Hilal as well.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure Liverpool fans looked at him as well and said, "Hey, you know what? I wouldn't mind Malcolm as well."
Yeah, but Liverpool fans always like that. As long as man's got a good shape up and that, he's good at it. So I don't know.
yeah, for real. All right, let's go to the next one. Rafael Leao.
Maybe in a few years. Yeah.
So you wouldn't have him in not yet but close, but you think maybe in a few years. I guess he's still young enough.
Yeah, I think there's something about him, man. Like I like him, but still a bit more. Needs a bit more to your game, man. Especially in the big games as well, the European competitions and that. Sometimes he goes missing. I remember there's that group stage what they just had with PSG, Dortmund, AC Milan, somebody else. Newcastle,
yeah.
And some of the games he was all right, some he was not there. And the season before, I think it was Chelsea they played, and they got knocked out, and he was non-existent. But then the second game he was really good. So, yeah.
No, I agree. I think in a few years, and by the way, a few years could be like 2 seasons. Like,
yeah.
It might not be 5 years, and it could actually just literally be, as long as it's more than one, then yeah. Kingsley Coman. I almost feel like they should have sold that guy.
Yeah, he's such an exciting player, but I think
his injury record is done, bro.
I tell you what, he's got that thing where like some way when there's a massive game, he turns up, bro. Like whether they take him off the bench, whether it's like it just turns up, bro.
Facts.
But I think the ship has sailed as well.
I agree. By the way, guys, we've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players, and we've only put 1 player out of the 9 players so far.
I like this so far though, because you see the
Modric is obviously another one as well.
Yeah, it'd be interesting what happens when people's emotions start getting involved though about what players they
like. Don't worry, we're gonna get into the emotional ones in a second. Still, I want to get through some of these non-emotional ones so we can just have a good conversation, and then we can let the emotion take over in a sec. Cruz, I'm assuming untouchable or
untouchable.
Yeah. Put him in there. Gavi.
Oh yeah, we know.
Now take your bias out of Gavi.
No. He's one of my bro. He's one of my favorite players, bro. He goes on.
Big up, Steve.
Big up, man. What's the one else? What's up? Is it On the Verge? Whatever that one is.
Yeah. Like, not yet, but close. Yeah.
He goes in there still. He's different. Them man are different, bro. They just gotta make sure that you know what I mean. Their legs need to be preserved in ice blood.
Yeah, for real. And I think that's the problem that you've got with a Gavi and Pedri is the amount of football that they've been playing for so long at such a young age. You are looking at it thinking that is a bit, you know what I mean? It is a little bit crazy. But listen, man, if you're
I was in that picture of Pedri on the bench after one of them games, bro. This man looked like a HIV patient, bro. He looked finished, blood, pale and everything, dying, bro.
That's facts. Bro, looked like you went through fucking chemo or something. Crazy.
Bro, real talk. Like, and the thing is, when you looked at him and thought, you're not only 20, however young he is, and you're like, nah, he is, bro. Like and the thing is, when he was a little bit younger, and I remember the picture of him playing for Spain, he looked old. Like he looked like someone who was going through it, and I was just like, Yo,
Nah,
bro,
he
maybe,
looked like he needed a hug, bro. Make a wish Pedri and that, bro. It was a long day for him still.
brother.
Yeah,
Listen, and big up Pedri, man. And big up Steve again in the building.
that's good.
Hope you are blessed. All right, I'll throw the next one to you, Steve. Julian Alvarez.
Ooh. I'll go for maybe in a few years.
Mm.
I'll go maybe in a few years because, like, I think he's strictly a striker.
Yeah.
Like, but Pepe having him play wing, it's not like he's terrible on the wing. He's just so much better as striker. And then in
Fact.
midfield, it's like he's just not a midfielder. Just no, doesn't have the physicality, does not have the just no.
No,
So,
no.
yeah, in a few years, yeah, he could be one of the best forwards out there. Central, yeah, in a few
Hey,
years.
Everyone
Bro was
agrees.
one. Bro has won every single trophy available to him.
Yeah, yes.
Internationally and domestically in Argentina and at Man City. So that's already got you up there. But it's the
and we know just by watching him, he is like we've seen him play now for the last 2 seasons. We've seen what he's kind of about in terms of the type of player he is. I almost feel like with the right kind of tweak here and there, I feel like he's just going to develop into this like top player. You're just going to be, and it won't be out of nowhere because you would have seen him, but it will almost just be like now he's super complete at whatever role he gets asked to do.
I don't feel like he'll be at Man City though.
And that's exactly what I think as well. I don't know where, but I just don't think he'll be at Manchester City. I think he would have to move to get that real top class thing. But yeah, no, I agree with that one. Next one I'll throw to you, Savage. I'll go both. You know what? No.
You have a Liverpool player in your mind, then.
Literally straight away, I had a Liverpool player. I said, "Nah."
As soon as I heard you laugh, I was like, "For fuck's sake!"
No, I'll leave that one. Victor Osimhen. What are we saying about him? Yeah, I was about to trigger the chat. I know. I'm waiting.
I'm gonna just say Osimhen maybe in a few years, bro, because I feel like he's a bit overrated. But,
yeah, I heard.
But that don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I just feel like they saw the season at Napoli, and instantly that made him the guy. You know what I mean? Man was talking when people start talking about new Drogba, and I'm like, bro, you're just saying that because black and African, bro. He ain't new Drogba.
Yeah, literally.
I think
the stereotypes are so real sometimes.
I think it's good, man, but sometimes he looks uncomfy in front of goal, bro, and then sometimes he looks great. So,
he's like and you who said it here? Stefano said it here. He's very Nunez-esque. The difference, I would say, literally between both of them is that I would probably say he's a bit more clinical in front of goal.
That's exactly what it is. That is the perfect way of putting
them. They are both so similar.
Composure as well.
Yeah.
Composure is like night and day. I've seen Osimhen just stroke the ball into the net, not like Nunez, where he's freaking trying to shoot the ball and he falls over and he's with his hands. It's like Nunez. Actually, and Dembele has that too. Dembele don't have normal finishes. He has power finish. He has powerful finishes where he's smacking the ball in the back of the net, or he's either skying it to make it look like an NFL field goal. So it's like
I agree with you, man. He just looks uncomfortable sometimes, and you're right. The Nunez comparison is pretty because Nunez looks like on the ball. If he's not kick and run like that kind of dribbling. It looks like he's gonna fall over in it. Which we've seen him fall over or just leave the ball behind. And
he has better balance. He has better balance than Nunez though, because I've seen a center back try to knock off Osimhen off the ball and he'll lose his balance, but then get back up in stride and run and score.
Yeah, when Osimhen runs with the ball, he looks like a footballer though. Like that he looks like he knows what he's gonna do, even though it doesn't work out. So that's a fair enough one.
I'll go on the verge. I'll go on the verge because I've been watching this dude since Lille. And that in Liga he was a monster. He was a monster, and the injuries are always kind of a problem too. The good thing for Osimhen is that it's not like he's always doing his hamstring. He's got an ACL. It's like head, face, hand, knee, leg, and it's minor stuff. It's nothing crucial. So,
all right. So you're saying Steve's obviously saying that. Savage is saying
not yet.
I'll I'll be the decider then. I'll go with. He's 25 at the moment.
Yeah.
Do I think
28-ish, good age?
Yeah, 28-ish.
I think he'll be in the Prem by then.
Say that again.
I think he'll be in the Prem by then. Maybe.
That's what I'm saying.
It seems like he wants to go there. I watched the interview with him. It seemed like he wants to play in the Prem.
Yeah, but then is he going to go to the right team? That's always the problem.
Okay, I'll ask you this, you think Osimhen's better than Lukaku, bro?
No.
Exactly. There you go.
The thing is, I feel like people we're going to talk about Lukaku in a second anyway. I feel like people disrespect Lukaku like this guy isn't a finisher, you know?
They do, but like of what you just said about Nunes and then him, Lukaku kind of falls into that, but further ahead in terms of he's older than them, and so
okay, you know what? I'll leave him maybe in a few years then. I don't feel like you're close to world class level like that.
Same.
But yeah,
if he goes to PSG though, that's a problem. If he goes to PSG, I think that's a problem.
Yeah.
But then they can't have Ramos, Kolomouani, and him in. I mean, you technically you probably could and just play in a different kind of way. Yeah, true. We'll see. Yeah. All right, you know what? Because we're just talking about him, Lukaku.
Yeah.
Lukaku.
Where would you guys rank?
Ship has sailed, man.
Yeah, I agree.
The ship has sailed.
Yeah. But the caveat is the fact that you're right. He gets disrespected way too much, bro.
Yeah.
I think if you play in a 2-up-top system, which is the past 3-4 years, he's proven to get goals in. You throw him into a Calaban toothpick 4-3-3 with Chelsea. Of course, that wasn't gonna. Yeah. I thought it was gonna work, but then looking back at it, it's like, bro, guy just needs to play in a 2-up-top with someone to a different profile of him to work off, and particularly in transition, he would score goals.
Yeah, I go as far to say if Lukaku played for Liverpool, he'd be top goal scorer now.
Yeah, because I feel like his type of finishing is the composure at times as well, especially with Lukaku.
What he suffers from is when he's been in like moments where people have stopped rating him and stuff like that. There'll be a moment where he does something what's not very good in a big game or something. So like in the World Cup, Belgium wasn't good. I think they were playing against Canada and they weren't good anyway. But then there's like a chance foul to him, and I think he missed it completely or needed it over the bar. And then in the Champions League final. Remember against Man City, they should have won the game. To be fair, they
should have won the game.
But the ball foul, he blocked someone's shot in it on the line.
Yeah, brother. If you ever saw the emojis that followed, oh my god!
The thing is, when you watch it, he's literally trying to get out of the way. But it would have been better just staying still, and then it would have.
But obviously, in your mind, you're not thinking, "Let me stay still." You're thinking, "I need to get out of the way," because obviously there's a shot. The thing is, I understood it, but I saw the thing. There's a comment here I wanted to quickly ask you both, yeah? So, and big up Stefano, because this is actually something I wanted to talk about as well. Lukaku's a world-class goal scorer over his career, but not player. Are the two different, though? If you're world-class at something, and we're saying world-class, i.e., as you saw the definition, one of the best, can you not be then considered a world-class player?
I think you can. This goes back and forth all the time, because when people... They go, wow, this kid's a world-class finisher, but he's not world-class. But I'm like, technically, if his job is to just finish the ball, and he's world-class at that, he's world-class. Whether you like the way he looks or it makes you uncomfortable, he doesn't do any skills on that. He literally does his job at the highest level, bro. So you know what I mean? It's one of them ones, bro. I think you are, and I think him over his career, bro. I mean, he's been back. I remember hearing about him when he was at, was it Genk he was playing for? Or some mad team like that. And yeah. And they were talking about that because he had like this weird. His youth record was like the big. He scored like 67 goals.
He scored dumb. Bro, did you see what he used to look like when in comparison to his teammates?
Huge, fake passport, bro. So yeah, man, he's one of them, Lukaku, and I still don't know if I think he was ever a world-class goal scorer though. I think he was.
I'm not going to say that though. No, I don't think he's a world-class goal scorer.
Yeah, because the numbers, but like. When you think of the games and when you need to turn up and what kind of goals and I'm like, nah, you not. I don't know, blood. When you was at West Brom, you was good in that. Everton, good in that. Man, you meh. Chelsea, yeah.
Chelsea, nah.
Yeah, exactly. Like if we think of him in the Prem, his best is West Brom. or Everton. It's one of them two.
Bro,
It's not Man U or
I'll
Chelsea.
say both of those will be like his best time
His
in the
best
Premier
one,
League.
exactly, bro.
That's mad to think. Imagine that. Your best time is with West Brom and bloody
bro.
Everton.
Hey man, Nabry used to play for West Brom.
And look how his honestly, football sometimes it could be such a funny sport, man. Never ever give up, people. That's what I'll tell you right now. Never give up. Steve, I'll go this to you because you asked this in the thing. And it's funny because I had him up there. Emi Martinez, the goalkeeper for Aston Villa. Where would you rank him?
Big Emi.
I can't lie. It's hard to name goalkeepers. And I feel like as a footballer as well, he's actually mad underrated considering how Unai Emery wants to play. And bro, the guy shot stopping wise is impeccable. How many like stupid errors does he have compared to like just incredible saves? You know, look at where Villa are now compared to before he joined them. Look at Argentina. Like, and you know what the other thing is too? I'll put him in the world class. He's gonna keep doing this for at least another 3 seasons. I don't think there's gonna be a drop off next season, blah blah blah. Like in the Champions League with Villa, which I think they'll get, he will not look out of place whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So I'll put him in that world class. I can't lie. I'll put him in that world class bracket.
Fair? No,
it's not a mad shout, bro, because he was really good in the World Cup. I said, me and Enzo have been talking about this, that like I don't know why Arsenal got rid of him in the first place.
His penalty save record as well. That's a world class.
Yeah.
I think he goes in world class, and he signed the Argentina shirt from him, bro. Thanks for that World Cup and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sell that.
Hey, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, big up Gandy. Yeah, there's not many better than him in the world, and this is another reason why I wanted to do this show, because it's not just, obviously we know people who win these awards and Ballon d'Ors, you don't see goalkeepers winning these kind of things.
Yeah.
And I do think with goalkeepers and defenders, they will always get a little bit more disrespected, just naturally and understandably. We watched the game of football not to see a couple man defending goals. I want to see goals. I want to see skill, flair, and all these things. But I always feel like with the goalkeepers, people never really want to rate them. And I'm like, stop rating the fact that they're a goalkeeper. Rate them for what they do. If you think they're world-class at what they do, their impact, all of that kind of stuff, they have to be a world-class player then. It doesn't matter that, I'm not saying that he's on the same level as, he's as good as Griezmann is at being a midfielder. No, I'm saying that he himself is just a world-class goalkeeper, and I would have him in there. I would have him in there. I can't even lie. He was one of the top people.
I was playing with like not yet but close, but then I think because I kind of want to see him in the Champions League now.
Properly. Yeah. But him winning the World Cup obviously helps, because I'm like,
but then I was like, well, you can't get high pressure games in the World Cup, so.
And this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I'm meant to be in the gym now. This debate is stopping.
That's what I went in before the show.
This is the whole point, bro. You can listen. You can still go you can go in the gym right now. Jump on the treadmill. Simple. Steps. You're good, bro. Like you don't have to. And then when we finish the show, then you can actually do your real workout. So give this another 45 or so, and then you'll be blessed. Although you're going to be mad with our next bit, which is picking a world 11. That might make you literally sit in the gym on the machine and just have your phone in your hand for a minute. But big up Stefano every time. Cool. I'm going to leave all the easy ones to a bit to last so we can get through some of these. Theo Hernandez, AC Milan, left back, can play centre back as well. Winner, I believe, with France for the World Cup. I'm sure he was in the squad. Yep. What are we saying about him? I'll go to you, Sab.
He's a weird. I don't think he's not world class. I know that much.
Yeah, I don't think he's a world class player. But I also, it's like, obviously because of how I named it, I don't feel like it's a maybe in a few years. But I'm torn between that and not yet but close. It's like
I don't think it's a but I just don't think between them two, I don't know which one it'd be on, because how old is he?
I'll check now.
I think he's like 25, 26.
25. I'm always getting confused between him and his brother.
He's in his prime.
If he's 25, then I'm gonna say maybe 20. I'm gonna say maybe a few years.
Maybe a few years.
I just want to see this motherfucker freed from Pioli ball. That's all a brother's asking for.
Them brothers, bro, they are fast, bro.
Oh, imagine having two brothers who are as like this ain't no Neville brothers, like two average guys. We're talking about two dope defenders, like dope players as well, bro.
I used to like the thing I did for Man U, the twins, bro, Raphael. I mean, I didn't like him when he played against Liverpool because he used to mash us up all the time, but I like the twins, man. They're good, man.
Yeah, Fabio and Fabio.
I'll go with the second tier, the one below world class.
Yeah,
not yet, but close.
I'll make up my mind next year.
All right, cool. We'll leave him there. This is an interesting one. Lucas Paqueta. Obviously, we know he's not going to be in world class. I can tell you that for free straight away. So it's just really about.
I wish you had a bracket that said, "I guarantee it in 2 years," because that's what Paqueta.
But that's the same as maybe in a few years.
I'm putting him maybe in a few years, and the maybe.
Nah,
very
I guarantee it. In 2 years.
He's a ball.
So maybe in a few years, yeah.
Yeah, because he's going to leave. Bruv, I told you this, and I express this every couple of months. I hope he doesn't turn up at Man City, bro. I can't, bruv.
It's long. It's long if he turns up.
When that deal fell through, I was so happy, bro.
Fact. Like he's one of those players, and I agree. I feel like it's not even a not yet, but close, purely from the fact that you're at West Ham. I ain't really seen you at like the Champions League level.
Exactly.
Nah, he played Leon. He knocked out Man City from the champs. Leon with Bruno G and Kakare.
Yeah, and in the World Cup he was cooking, bro.
In the World Cup he was cooking, but I just feel like from what we're seeing of him now, obviously I'm not saying
I agree.
But just from what we're seeing of him now, I'm like, you're so good that, as Savage said, once you make that transfer, and I think actually the personal terms have been agreed. I saw that the other day. They've been agreed for him, but they just haven't agreed a fee. Once that goes through, I feel like it's long, because that's the player that Manchester City, in my opinion, would love to have. Someone who can do the doggy work when they need him to do the doggy work, but when he's on the ball, it's all kinds of long.
He'd cook up Barca.
He would cook up Barca. Yeah, he would. But I don't want him. It sounds weird because I don't want Manchester City to do well, but I do kind of want to see him in a Manchester City team, because I kind of need to see if what I think is going to happen, which is he'll just look stupidly good. And he may even have
a game changer. He's one of them type players. Like if he went to Arsenal as well, the same thing would happen, bro. Is that?
Yeah, because of the type of football that they play.
Yeah.
It always comes down to that. All right, let's go. You know what? Let's just do it. Robertson.
I knew it was. I knew it the whole time, bro. I knew that's who he was looking at, bro.
Because someone mentioned it in the chat, and I was like, all right, I'll get to him.
I mean, I don't want to do the bias thing in it, but like, I feel like he's untouchable, bro, because he's already been world class, bro. Like,
I hear it.
I feel like he's already been world class. Mm-hmm. He had the season when we were all bad.
How many seasons would you say he's been world class? In your opinion? Look at the chat. You know, email us.
Three seasons, yeah. And I think I think to me anyway, and I think the 3 seasons that's it. I feel like 2 seasons. Yeah, you have the 1 season wonder. 2, you're kind of proving if you're consistent. If you get another season under your belt, you're that person, and it like you just stack, whether you fall off after or not. But he's not gonna get to. Yeah, I think he goes untouchable, to be honest, bro. I heard rival fans and pundits and us at one given time say he's the best. I feel like if somebody does that about you, and it's like everyone's doing it, I feel like you are, bro. Now, did it help with remember when I said earlier about it always does help with what team and what manager and all that stuff? Yeah, that helps, but that's not his fault. So
because then I can't put Modric and Cruz in there. They've had banging managers.
Why did you put the date like he died, bro?
Bro, when I read it, I was like, I mean, he's still alive. Like he's still here doing his thing, man. Like don't discredit him that much. But yeah, I agree. No scraps. I was not trying to put him in ship as sail, because I do think he had 3 seasons where I would have called him a world-class player. And I feel like 3 seasons is enough of time for me to be like, okay, because of the age of him now, especially. It's not like he was good at the age of 20 for 3 years, and then for the last 6 years, he's just been dead. Then I'll put him in ship as sailed, because I'll be like, nah, you like.
You know what happened with Robbo as well? Like he actually, I swear, I could be wrong, but most Liverpool fans weren't saying anything negative about Robbo the whole time. Trent was getting negative stuff, but Robbo wasn't. And it's more moments than actual consistency of being bad. if you take away last season, because I think everyone was bad last season, but the season before, when we was trying to get all 4 trophies, nobody had a problem with Robbo until he got to like the Real Madrid game. Because of that one moment when he ran off. But I'm like, okay, he did run off, but you know how much stuff like Valverde and that had to do after Robbo ran off, bro? Like Modric had to get the ball, pass it, Virgil backed off for ages until Valverde crossed it in. Trent didn't look over his shoulder before Vinny was over there. But everyone was just like, Robbo, you ran off, bro. Like, okay, shit, man. Yeah, we got Robbo still.
It's always these dumb kind of things. All right, cool. We got the first Liverpool player out of the way. Saliba.
Fucking hell. Maybe in a few years.
Same.
I hear it. So you guys are saying you don't think he's not yet but close. You actually think it's going to be a few years.
See, this is season number 2 at Arsenal, which I'm told the Prem is the best in the world, but I've seen this brother ball in for 5 years in Liga through various teams. But I think his finest work is at Arsenal compared to the other 3. So actually,
this season's massive for him.
Almost. I'll go for tier 2.
Yeah, this season's massive for him because obviously he doesn't. I mean, I know it's like it's not substantial enough, but like he doesn't get in the French team at the moment.
Yeah.
I feel like if man identified to being one of the best in the world, you're getting in that team, but there's no way you're not getting in. So they sent him on loan. They brought him back last season. Last season he was really good until he got injured, and then he wasn't playing the rest of the season. When they had quite a few games without him, and they had holding him. And then this season, he's been really good. So I'm kind of on the 1.5 year thing at the moment.
Do you think though he's been better than Gabriel this season?
No, I don't think he was better than Gabriel last season either. And
that's a conversation Arsenal fans ain't trying to have. But that's why I asked you, because I'm almost like I have him in. I was between the not yet but close, but maybe in a few years, and it was more just because I was like, you had one, albeit you were injured towards the end of it. You had one season where you were world class form, if you want to call it that. You were able to turn Super Saiyan, but it wasn't a comfortable one. Like you couldn't like keep it forever. Obviously, you ended up getting injured. This season, I don't think you've been as good as last season. So I'm almost like, not that you've been knocked down a level, but it's just like you're a bit lower than just where you've kept it that consistent of that kind of form.
It's like your gal picked out a dress that wasn't as sexy as yesterday's.
Literally like that. Literally like that, where it's like, it's nice. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just not as nice as the one that you was wearing yesterday, where, you know, I had all types of different kind of thoughts. But yeah, I would put him in, maybe in a few years.
Who told you that?
What did Ed say? Oh yeah. Because he was on and big up months every time. These lot were talking about they were talking about a conversation between Konate and Saliba, and then they were talking about Enz obviously mentioned about the French manager picking Konate over thing, but then obviously their counter argument to that was just saying, well, it doesn't really matter what the international manager is saying. The worst thing about that argument or that conversation, I kind of hear both sides. I hear what you're saying in terms of
it's a little bit easier if the manager who's not playing him though is a world-class manager. Then
the problem is Deschamps is gonna play that motherfucker Rabbit over Zaire Emery at the Euros. So that's why I questioned Deschamps. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying.
Thing, I hear it that he doesn't start, but at the same time, let's not act like he doesn't start Rabiot over Zaire Emery.
Yeah. There's both sides to the argument. Obviously, like I said, if he wasn't a world-class manager in what he does, then that's a little bit even worse. Like Southgate's got that problem. Because man, trying to hear what Southgate's got to say because he ain't won anything. This man's won the World Cup. So, but there's both sides to the argument. 100 because you might just not like the person. And then,
bro, he might not fit. How many players have we seen who just don't fit what the manager in international football is trying to do? We've seen it with
every fighting man in the World Cup in training. Remember that Evra? He was fighting man in the World Cup.
Man.
Yeah.
Benzema.
Yeah, Benzema. Hey, wait. Let's not. Benny was doing
That's for other
fair enough.
reasons, but my point stands. He didn't play
Yeah.
in the team for whatever reason, even though he easily.
Hey,
easily could.
don't blackmail me with sex tapes, blood. That will happen, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, don't be doing nonsense, and then you'll be here. All right, let's move on to the next one, so we can get through some of these. I think I'll go with an easier one. I would assume Allison. I think I know where.
Yeah, world class.
World class.
World class. Edison. Edison, I think is kind of interesting. But Edison.
World class.
Savage.
I guess you just put it. That his one that I can't put him in the one underneath.
One, though.
Yeah, because I can't put him in the one underneath because like he's really done it. He's done everything with his team already.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I watch him, but then again, the talent thing is a bit more opinion based on it. So it's just that even when I've spoken to Man City fans, they're not that gassed about him. But I'll tell you what, if he was in midfield, he'd be world class because his passing's ridiculous, bro.
His passing is dumb, bro. His passing is... You know what's mad about this list right now, yeah? Just looking at it on the face of it, taking out the untouchables, we've got like only 4 world-class players. 3 of them so far are goalkeepers. Obviously, if I go through the rest of them, we'll add more. But it's just interesting to see how the ones who are in other kind of categories. And yeah, I just find it interesting because I know some people would have had... There's about 2 names on here right now that I think people would have put in world-class straight away.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say with Edison, here's the one caveat I'm going to give the fact that if Guardiola thinks he's world class and he's played for Man City in all these games, he's world class, bro. I'm going to just use that card because seriously, I don't know what it is, bro. It might be actually, we do know what it is because that's why he got rid of Joe Hart and that. It's the passing and that, bro. That's what he wants.
Exactly. So that's what you want.
That's the modern.
And you can't argue that he's one of the best, not even goalkeeper in terms of passing. He's one of the best players in the world at passing.
I'm not going to argue Pep Guardiola in it, so safe.
Camavinga. Go on, Savage. That's your guy.
Still young, won everything, but I'm still gonna go with not yet but close. No, it sounds crazy, but I'm not ready to throw this world class around everywhere, bro. He's almost definitely gonna be that person. But remember, he's kind of suffered suffered, and that's kind of rude. But he hasn't been able to play in his right position all the time, bro. He's been at left back for most of the time because of injuries.
What I would say though is that when he has had to play out of position, has he looked poor, decent, or amazing?
No, at left back he looks like
good.
At left back he looks like one of the best left backs in the world still. So, but I still feel like there's more levels to Camavinga. Like he trust me, when he gets that cemented spot down with Cruz and Modric ain't gonna be there forever, bro, and they're gonna have a legacy midfield with him and somebody else, him and Tchouaméni, whoever else. And I think that he's almost like what you lot said about Paqueta, that he's definitely gonna be.
Yeah. It's just, I think, he's just maybe a little bit closer than Paqueta, like in terms of. I feel like it's literally you're teetering on the brink of being a world class player. Heung-min Son.
That's my guy, blood.
Yeah, I know you like him. But what do we think about him? I mean, Premier League, this guy has done it all. Sorry, not trophy-wise, in terms of being a good player in the Premier League. Unfortunately, he plays for Tottenham, so he ain't getting no trophies. But in terms of a player, I feel like he's everyone's almost favorite player. Like for another team, you all want a Son in your team. You all wish that we had Son, in our team.
And he's cold on an international scale as well.
Yeah.
I almost think with Son, it's like whatever you would think of Salah, Son's got the same thing. He just plays for the wrong team, bro.
Yeah, I would agree. But do you think he was ever world class? We'll start there.
Yeah, I think he's world class now.
Okay. So where do you put him in?
Well, he's gonna have to go untouchable.
I might go untouchable,
Yeah, me too. He's not gonna get better, but he's been so consistent, bro. Yeah, I think he goes untouchable as well. Yeah. He's got that. I mean, it's easy to say, but he's got the Harry Kane thing, hasn't he? Like, the only thing I can say about him is
he didn't show up on Saturday at Newcastle, man.
Nah, he got broken.
Hey,
Big
Dan
I mean, Newcastle broke them down.
Nah, Emil Kraft. Nah, Fabian Scher. Nah, not my house.
All right, cool. Speaking of Newcastle, Steve, where would you be putting Isak in these conversations?
Want to play him?
Maybe in a few years. Bro has to stay fit, but he's on demon time.
Yeah,
I agree.
I proper like him.
In a few years, just because he's had like 40 in the Prem, maybe around there, and he's got like 27, I want to say, which is crazy.
That's
but
a
he
crazy
could have
amount.
played. So if you think it's a 38 game season times 2, he's missed out on like 20, 25 games. And if he keeps up this rate, I'll go with maybe in a few years. I don't get too excited about my players. I don't get too excited.
It's cold.
I want to put them in the verge, but we'll keep it low key. The injuries are a problem.
Yeah,
the injuries are a problem. Like for Newcastle, like I want to bring in a Jonathan David or someone, a Xerxes maybe, or whatever, even a Solanke, because I want to get rid of Wilson because he is injury man. And if you can get him in and out of the, like, get a rotation and stuff, I think then but maybe in a few years, maybe like 2 years. He's close.
No.
Yeah,
I hear it. All right. Musiala. I'll just say I actually think he's not yet but close. I don't think it's a few years with that guy. I actually think that this guy is literally just on that same kind of Camavinga vibe.
Man, what's going on with this list, man? Everyone's too sensible. We're right, and we're all like this. I thought everyone's gonna argue and shit, bro. Like I feel the exact same. Bro.
That's the point. That's the point, because we're picking the right players in the right places, and everyone's got the right minds. When you start having lists where man's gonna start telling me, for example, the player I was talking about before was people probably would have had him in world class. They'd have I don't know, Saka in a world class. They'd have all of these, and I'm like, you can't really even put a Modric and Cruz in a world class kind of thing because they've ascended beyond that. Like they're now the Super Saiyan God now. So it's like I don't even call these kind of players.
What I like about this list as well is this is literally the Champions League season where some of these might ascend, just based off what I said earlier, that most of the top guys have gone. They've gone Saudi Arabia now. They've just left empty spaces for someone to be him. And to be fair to Musiala, bro, as a Dortmund fan, I saw what he did last season. We had the league won. We just needed to win the game or draw. This geezer popped up and just took over the Bayern game. And you weren't even playing good, bro. It's cold, man. It's cold, bro. Germany needs to fix it. Germany needs to sort themselves out, bro.
Yeah. Listen, man, he's literally he's close, man. I feel it anyway. I feel
close.
like anytime.
This season actually isn't as good as last season because Tuchel tax. This guy is playing in mid.
But he's still maintaining a good performance level.
Say that again.
I was saying he's still maintaining like a good level of performance regardless. Like, so that's why I have him there. But all right, cool. We'll leave him there for now. Next one up, we're gonna go with another interesting one, Joshua Kimmich.
This is one of those where it's dependent on where he's played. Because I'm going to be so real, unless it's a 3-man midfield, I'm not sure he's world class anymore. Right back, I think, is his long-term best position. Now, he's not the prototypical fullback of this era of football where it's pace and power, crosses into the box and shooting and stuff. It's like he's defensively astute. He'll step up into midfield, play passes, beautiful passes. I just think he's better there. But in midfield, it depends what position and depends what manager we get. So
I'm putting him
for somewhere in the middle. Maybe in a few years. I don't know.
He doesn't have. I don't think he has a few years to get better. I think
that's the worst thing about it. I feel like he'd just fall into the category, in my opinion, of untouchable because at his pomp, whether that be at right back or in midfield, whichever one you want to call it, at his pomp, I always thought, and I kind of thought there was more as a right back. Anyway, he's got
Lahm tax, bro. He's got that Philip Lahm thing going on, bro.
Yes.
Let's be honest, man. As I said before, there's a few of these players that at some point somebody said he was the best in the world at something. And and Kimmich is definitely one of those, bro. So he goes in.
But listen, I do think the last couple of seasons, performance level wise, I do think he's a little bit dropped below the standard that I've had of him
Yeah.
when I saw him get to the top. I agree, but come on, man. I think that he's been a world-class player.
He needs to play right back moving forward.
Yeah, maybe he does, but I don't know if he's going to be
unless
the
we
legs
find
to it.
unless we find a Thiago Alcantara regen and play 4-2-3-1 like under Flick, that ain't ever happening again. I don't even know if that would, you know, has to be at right back. Has to be at right back. So I'd probably go untouchable, to be honest.
Hold on, I just realized we could still put Kimmich in world class on it, the actual world class level instead of untouchable.
Yeah, again, he's still here. He's not like I don't feel like he's like Robbo, where it's like they've kind of.
I'm putting Kimmich in world class. I'm not putting him untouchable. I'm putting him in world class. Untouchable is the people like that. They've done the world class thing and they can't play at that level.
They're never gonna. Yeah, I still feel like he's in that current wave of like world class. Yeah, you can live in that. We'll do the easy one. Virgil, I'll just put him in world class.
World class.
In there, let's not have that
It's
conversation.
a tough
Kevin
one.
De
That's a
Bruyne.
really tough one.
Yeah, well, this is it. Kevin De Bruyne. I'm not even debating that one.
Yeah,
Rodri.
Yeah. Rodri, put him above the list, bro.
Bro, yeah, literally, he is the list. He is the list. Okay. Bernardo Silva. I know what I would put him, but where would you put him?
He's Man City's best player.
Yeah, world class. Yeah.
He's a serious guy, bro.
World class player. All right, that's some of the easy ones gone. Salah.
Let Enz answer it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Enz, where you at, my bro? Where you at? I know you're probably out here on the beach and that. Yeah, I mean, but
I'll go for untouchable with Salah.
I hear it.
Oh, you know what? He's right. Yeah, you're right. I agree. Untouchable.
You think, okay, fair enough. So you don't feel like he's like Kimmich, where they're still in that world class kind of. You think, all right, he's done the world class thing. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You know what? Untouchable, I like it. Let me just
Yeah, because if anything, untouchable's almost better than the world class thing. You've ascended, brother, and you're just cemented in forever now.
Yeah.
If these lot carry on playing for like 4 or 5 more years and all of them fall off a cliff from this year, you will not even make this list again, bruv. So
yeah, well, this is it. This list will be coming back around in like potentially in a year or two's time. So it'll be interesting to see. I'll take a picture of this and see what it looks like in a few years. Darwin Núñez.
This is going to be interesting. The reason I'm going to just be honest, the reason why this
in
is
your opinion, yeah.
Well, I'm being deadly serious. The reason why this is interesting is because he shouldn't be a part of the list.
I know, but I threw him in there just for the second. I threw him in there.
There has to be a new category, bro. There has to be a new category. Was he, bro? He didn't get on. He got on the Titanic.
That's what I said at the beginning.
Titanic.
Nah, we're keeping the list, and you guys have got to find a way. Remember, Darwin Núñez is 20. He's 24 years.
The ship has sailed.
You think the ship?
If there ever was,
you think at 24 the ship has sailed for Darwin Núñez?
Bro, I loved him at Benfica. I would take him back at Benfica in a fucking heartbeat. But that's as good as it gets in his career.
But the Benfica career wasn't long enough either, bro. It wasn't even that long.
That's the problem. Yeah, it was only like 2 seasons. So that's and even then.
You know that part at the beginning. You know that part at the beginning of Titanic when Jack wants to get on the boat is poor and then he's gambling for it. Well, Jack won the bet in it, and that's how he got on the boat. Darwin lost the bet, bro.
Bro, you lot being so first of all, you lot being deep. But are we saying
I'll tell you the reason, because side. And I know you put Núñez on here, but then like that means that Ivan Toney and that should be on here as well, then if that's the case. And I don't think he's gonna be world class either. So take away any Liverpool bias. I think the ship he didn't have a ticket, but that's all.
Yeah, as in he couldn't board the ticket. The SS ship is already gone. He's good.
Man said he's the villain of Pirates of the Caribbean, but these lot.
That's what I'm saying. You lot are deep. I didn't expect hate, by the way. I didn't want no hate. Big up Sebastian in the building. Gagging, did we put Núñez in for Bants this week? Yeah, I did. I just wanted to see what people would say. I literally just wanted to see what people would say. Because I didn't know if someone was going to be like, maybe in a few years. And I just wanted to hear the argument of why you think that. That's
trust me, bro. If this was at 6 p.m. this show, then that's where the Núñez section.
Oh yeah. That's where all the Liverpudlians.
You better hope that they're not watching this now, bro, because they might send for you later, bro. You'll hear that video.
By the way, how do you learn composure? I think that's something you either have or you don't, both in
No,
real life.
That's what I said the other day was, you see the thing with Darwin, and all jokes aside, just talking about him now, I feel like the thing with Darwin is the things that I believe he would need in order for him to be considered world class. I don't feel that they're things that can just be learned in that kind of way. I feel like stuff like the composure, it's almost like the intangible things. I don't feel like he could learn that.
Okay.
I think he could be a better player, though. I just don't think that.
Seriously now, no joke.
Yeah.
Because it's on this list, bro, and you gotta put him somewhere. Isn't it like, could he not be in like maybe in a few years? And wait for what I say, because the talent,
I'm listening.
The talent's going to be a lot more subjective in it, because it's going to be what you think and that. And a lot of people only care about the output in terms of stats and that. And obviously this season his stats have been great. It's very possible that one, he can leave Liverpool and go to a team what everyone else deems as the league's a bit easier, but and he still scores bare goals. Two, he plays for Uruguay and their team's pretty good. And he's got Valverde and them man there as well. So it's very conceivable they can have a good draw and win a tournament, Copa America, World Cup, something like that. And the likelihood is he's gonna finish his career with loads of goals, bruv. I actually think whether he looks comfortable in front of goals, whether he hit the post 100 times but still score 10, he's probably gonna finish it with a lot of goals, bro. And
so
maybe
saying he could do a Peter Crouch thing.
Now Peter Crouch is better than Nunes. Peter Crouch is.
And was Peter Crouch ever world class?
Peter Crouch ain't world class. But anyone who thinks Peter Crouch Nunes is better than Peter Crouch, bro, he's not.
Nah, Peter Crouch technically better in the air.
Bro, Peter Crouch's finish serious, bro.
Yeah,
it's serious. But remember, Thingy, like, I mean, this is wrong as well because obviously he had attributes when you watched him, but Forlan and both Uruguay and Forlan in the Prem was a bit meh. Forlan after that, Forlan World Cup, Jabalana football and that. Only man who could strike the ball because everyone else said it was too round. That Forlan. Yeah.
Now Forlan was
so he would have to have a Fulkrug. He would have to be a Nicholas Fulkrug, where he's like a second division baller, and then gets to Borussia Dortmund, and now he's in a UCL semifinal. That would be
literally. I feel like he'd have one of those type of career. Obviously, he's going to probably be lucky. Obviously, provided that new manager keeps it, which I think he will anyway. He's gonna, if Liverpool obviously do well, he'll be one of those kind of players. But I think with Nunes, it is. Yes, in a few years, you probably could become world class. You could become a world class player. That's why I say maybe in a few years, because it's just more of the case of like maybe, but I don't see it happening.
I wouldn't bet on it, but he could have a very good career.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't bet on it, but if it did happen, I also wouldn't be super surprised. I won't be like, oh my god, like seriously,
based on how fans are, whatever team he turns up on, you won't be able to tell them otherwise, bro. Because just look how Liverpool fans are about him now. Like he puts on his pin pads, Nunes chants for no reason. Like so he's gonna be loved wherever he goes as well, and he's all passionate and all that business. But because I like the way you done it though, because to be fair, like I said, there's some things that are objective and some things are subjective, and obviously, even though we can all see it and we think it's facts, technically you can't say it is that. He didn't look good on the ball, innit? His talent.
I just want my man back at Benfica because I have to deal with fucking Arthur Taxi Cab Cabral. I got to deal with a bunch of bums and then Di Maria trying to cross to him. It's frustrating, bro. So get me back to Benfica. Give me a loan, man.
This is what I'm saying, Jerry. It's the same thing that Steve is saying there. It's the same. Like, I'm not saying now. I ain't saying that he's world class. Everything you just said, I agree. He ain't got that first touch, pass. All of that, I agree. For now, can he learn those kind of things? You can learn. They're not intangibles that I'm speaking of. Where it's like, bro, like you can't learn to have a bet. You can learn all that kind of stuff. I don't feel like with composure you ever really learn it, and I almost feel that Salah is the perfect example of someone who never, even though he's so efficient, he never learned to really be composed in front of goal. It's just more, you get more chances, you're decent enough in front of goal. Raheem Sterling vibes. You get in front of goal enough times, you should score more often than not. But
Sterling's a great comparison, bro. Sterling's a great comparison.
Sterling, those kind of players. And at one point, people were calling Sterling world class just because of his efficiency.
Yeah, so, that season for Man City, bro, like when De Bruyne was injured.
Yeah, he was doing madness.
So, yeah.
No, yeah, you 100% can. I feel like you 100% can.
Yeah.
No worries, Steve. Yeah, I feel like you 100% can. By the way, when I'm saying the first, remember your first touch doesn't have to be world godly. Not every world class player has the godlike first touch kind of thing. I don't think it's always that simple. I feel like for you, in order for you to even be a world class player, I wouldn't sit here and say Haaland has a world class pass in him. I don't think so at all. I think he's got a very average passing on him. I think he's got an average first touch and stuff like that. But what he's really good at is the one thing that, of course, he needs to do, which is just be able to put the ball in the back of the net.
Holding on the pace and power and give him more shots than everyone else, and then he'll score goals. He'll score goals. Yeah.
Speaking of Haaland, I'm putting Haaland in the world class. I feel Man City guys.
There's a question. Does anyone have anything to say against Haaland? Because I've seen the narrative flying around the last couple of weeks. Man were being rude about Haaland, bruv. Like he's like some bomb, bruv. And I want to know why. Because you see that he couldn't. The man was bringing up pictures of like videos of him in a rondo with Man City players. You think they care?
I like it was funny, but when I saw those kind of videos, and when Roy, and see this, is what I'm saying, the media they'll fuel different types of hate, because when Roy Keane's calling man, League 2 player and stuff, I'm like, you show me a League 2 player who could bag 50 plus in his first season in the Premier League. Show me. If you show me that, Liverpool need to be going down to League 2 to be signing some of these guys.
I think he's probably fingered with that. You know, he tried to use the adjective to show what he means, and now everyone was looking at League 2 players. And when he said that myself, I was like, you can't be disrespectful to League 2 players, bro. Because to be honest, bro, like League 2 players are not in the league because they can't control a ball. Like, it's just the way of football, innit? There's opportunities, and there's only 23 men on a squad, bro. And there's thousands of footballers. So naturally, remember, some people never get spotted, man. Imagine if Vardy never made it to Leicester, bro. Or in fact, he made it to Leicester, but Leicester weren't good. He would still be Vardy, bro.
He would still be Vardy, 100%. He's just got a bigger name now because of winning the Premier League and being, doing all those kind of things. But he'd still be Vardy. He'd still be a legend, so to speak, because I'd still believe he would have been bagging in the goals.
Yeah.
Just maybe not to the degree of what he was doing. Savage, you said earlier, a person with a world-class attribute can be world-class.
That was after what G asked about, like, if you're good at the one thing, if that's your job. You know what I mean? Like, if your job is to be centre back, but you're just good at shooting, then you can't. But if your job is to just score goals and it's the currency of football, and you do it better than everybody, like Haaland does it better than not when people don't want to do the opinion thing, fair enough. But on numbers alone, he does score more goals than everyone on it. So
literally.
It's kind of hard to.
Bear in mind, in a poor season for Haaland right now, in a poor season, he's still joint top goal scorer with Cole Palmer, and Cole Palmer had to bag that hat trick the other day.
And Cole Palmer scored.
Cole Palmer.
He scored 9 penalties, I think.
He scored like 9 penalties done it. But forget the fact that penalties or whatever. When you're just looking at the goals, if they just want to do the stats thing, you're still looking at it thinking, I mean, we're talking about a guy who's having probably not even a good season like that.
He's not.
And he's still the top goal scorer. Like, does that not even show you how way better he is at everyone else at doing this scoring goals kind of thing? Like, he is just going to always be, in my opinion, one of those type of players.
I agree. And he's trying to. I seen him ask. I said before, I seen him ask after the Champions League final. First thing he done, everyone celebrated. Man started asking Henry, what can he do better, bro? I think he's trying to see.
Yeah, he's trying. Yeah, of course. But he wants to improve the all-round game. You can tell.
Anything he's going to try and get better at, Guardiola doesn't need him to do it anyway. So
yeah, exactly.
And I had him at Dortmund, bruv, and for a man trying to tell me that he's not good on the ball, I'm like, well, you never watched him, did you? Because he definitely can play.
Especially on counter-attacking football, where you have to be good technically. You have to be good technically at hold-up play.
Yep.
You have to be good technically at speed. You have to be good technically at speed, receiving the ball and shooting or passing. You have to have good decision-making. Like, he's more complete.
I think with Haaland, if he came to, like, if he was at Liverpool, I know he scored 50-odd goals, and maybe I'm being a tad bit biased, but I actually believe this season, maybe not last season, obviously, this season, with the way that Liverpool create chances, Haaland?
I think if Haaland was at Liverpool, based on this season, see the Fulham game on the weekend, that would be to win the league, bro. It'd be done.
Yeah. Because Liverpool would have closed out, the season timing, because the type of chances that we're getting, and obviously we're not going to even get into all that because I want to finish this, but with the type of chances that we've been getting, someone like him who's just literally just so deadly in front of goal.
Yeah,
he
bro,
ain't
you don't even have to include don't even
He'd miss
include
his fair share, of course.
Just use the Man City game and the Arsenal game because he would have stopped them both from getting any points, and we would have won. We would have be over. We'd be 6 points ahead. 6 points ahead.
Liverpool are always looking to feed the striker, looking to always feed the winger or the left winger, whoever. Everybody gets some sort of chances. There are games where I watch Man City, they're not looking for him at all. Genuinely,
bro, they're not even trying to. They don't care about
making a run. He's calling for the ball, and Grealish is like, "Nah, man, I'm a dribble through and do something else." They
sounds basic, and when you say someone has to just stay at the top of the pitch and wait for the ball, it sounds literally like we said that, but it's still an offside rule. And every time your guy starts running with the ball, you're trying to make space, and it's what Steve said. You make space, you look back, and you're like, "Oh, you passed the ball to Bernardo over there. I wanted it," and you have to get back.
Somehow, some way, Juve under Allegri ball, Vlahovic gets more somehow, some way with way inferior players. Somehow, some way, I'm still seeing Vlahovic get chances somehow, and not Man City. That is clearly a way they play.
Exactly, and this is why
he still had how many goals this season? So it's like,
he's on 20 something. No, he might even be on more than that. Let's put it this way: he's joint top goal scorer in the Premier League at the moment in time, and I think he's going to win the Golden Boot anyway. But we'll move on anyway, just because I want to get through the rest of these, and then we can do our World 11 because I feel like that's going to take up some time. We'll try and run through these relatively quick. Gyökeres, 1 season at Sporting, obviously was previously at Coventry, and he was at Brighton, which I did not know.
He was at Brighton.
I love what I see. I watch Sporting. I obviously watch Portuguese league, bro. I love what I can't lie. He's gonna win them the league, bro.
He's gonna go. He's got to go in maybe in a few years, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like next year, if he just ends up somewhere in the Prem or somewhere crazy, and then he is a really, really good footballer. A really good footballer, bro. His first touch is soft. He's always looking. Heads up awareness. It's like he makes the right decision 9.9 times out of 10. Like in terms of like any phase of bro, he's ridiculous. So like, and he's good at Coventry as well. And every single level that he's stepped up, he's done like even better at St. Pauli in the second Bundesliga.
That's what I said, man. He's basically following the Haaland model, bro. This is exactly what Haaland did.
Yeah. So I mean. Yeah, maybe in a few years, but those few years might be 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, 2. I should have put maybe in a couple years, but I did want to, because some players might be too young. I thought a few years they could be like in 3-4 years. But yeah, no, I agree with you. I think maybe in a few years. Do you guys think he's better than Nunes? Enz is asking. I'm not asking the question.
Yes, it's not even close. He's one of the best. I've been watching Portuguese football for probably about 4 years consistently. He's probably the best striker I've seen in Portugal. Probably one of the best players I have seen in Portugal. And this was when Luis Diaz was on fire. This is when I seen Ruben Diaz.
That's what I was going to ask you. Yeah, what about when all these Bruno Fernandes, like all of these guys?
Bro, he's one of the best. Like if you're making a Liga Portugal 11 over the past 5 years, he's the starting striker. Easily, no debate. You could ask Sporting fans, you could ask Porto fans, you could ask anyone that watches Portuguese footy. He makes that 11.
Yeah, so I can't answer his just simply because I don't watch him play. Before everything I've watched of him is the Portuguese highlight show. Like I've not, but from what if just on the eye watching him finish, he can finish better than Nunes, bro.
He's brilliant. His composure.
Very
he's
composed.
Player. He's a team player, bro.
You know, like composure of the striker means everything, bro.
Yes, you should do this. Yes, ends, man. Yes, you should do this. I agree.
It's the ability to flipping slow the game down while the game's moving at 100 miles per hour. So in your own zone, and you know, like equalizer, bro. Like that's what should be going for you when you're playing. To everyone else, the game looks rapid still. But
you know what I'm saying? I can't move like Denzel, you know.
But that's what it is, man. That's what it is, bro. When you see it work, it's so smooth, bro. It's amazing when you see it. That's what when Henry was on.
Bro, his physique. He doesn't look like the strongest guy on the pitch, but like he performs like it, so he can shake guys. And I've seen him do it Europa as well against Atalanta. Like he's very good. He has this nice signature move where it's like He'll receive the ball and he'll have a guy either left or right, and he'll take one touch, another touch, and then just boom, he's gone. It's like bro, playing against Pepe and Antonio Silva, like, bro, he is a legit player. He is, yeah. I am extremely impressed. So
no, dope. All right, let's go through. I'll just go in order. Phil Foden.
Okay, this is for me, bro, because I was the one like last season at the beginning. We did a show and I didn't put him in world class, and some people were like being rude to me and everything, and I said, just give me a chance. Remember, this was before they won the Champions League. I said, at the moment, he still has bit part games, bro. Like he wasn't. When you picked a Man City squad up until late last season, he might not have been in your starting. Not because you wouldn't put him in there, because Pep wouldn't put him in there. But then Riyad left, innit? And Gundogan left, and there's a hole. And I said they're not the same because Gundogan was the clutch guy on top of being a great footballer. Foden literally has been the clutch guy this season. He's balling out of his skin. It's his best goal scoring season, and he's not a striker. And you can make a highlight reel of the goals he scored so far this season. There's some goals that he scored that you might think it's last season because it was before Christmas. No, it was this season. So now, Foden, now you're world class, bro. That's what I'm putting you, bro. I think.
Yeah, world class. Yeah,
he's class, bro. And I think he could be so dangerous. Like if England, look how England's got so close to like finals. I won't even say the look of the draw anymore because you just have to beat the best teams in it. But we could have beat. And I think Foden might be when England win the World Cup or the Euros, Foden will be in that squad, bro.
If they do,
100%. I think if but I think he'll be in the squad. He's that good, bro.
No, this is their window to win the World Cup. They are not producing a Spanish footballer who has an English passport like this.
Exactly, I agree. That's what I told everyone at the beginning. When everyone was going, how the Man City spend that much money on Palmer, I said, watch how he plays, bro. It's not just him. It's how that setup, that you set up. They all play Spanish football, bro. He watch how he runs and how Foden runs. It's not normal, bro. Nothing English about them.
I would listening to you both. It's mad because I actually have him in not yet but close, which is so. And I think Foden is hard. The only reason why is because I just think that this season you've shown me world class. You didn't show me that before.
That's true.
This season you have, and I feel like I just need to see it next season.
You know what? And then who did we have on the edge not long ago where we said they're damn near? Hold on, Camavinga's underneath on it.
Yeah, Camavinga's. Yeah.
You know what?
I feel like he's like that. He's exactly like that. Camavinga.
Foden underneath, and depending on how the end of this season finishes, because this is his season where it's all him. Like it's before, it's like you're part of it, and if you win. Because I don't know if anyone's seen Foden's trophy list. It's ridiculous, bro.
Oh, ridiculous, bro. Of course.
He will end his career with the most trophies a footballer has ever won. And I think it's actually with 44. He'll get past 44 by the end of his career.
And if we're honest with ourselves, when we look at his trophy list so far, you could take out half of them and go, you deserve it, but you was part of the team. You weren't the team. And
you weren't the
And if you're world class, you're normally the team. And I think you're right. End of this season, though, if they go and win the league and the Champions League, and he's the main guy, like now they're having arguments on TNT and Sky Sports. They keep bringing up the fact that De Bruyne has been left out for Foden. So, and they asked De Bruyne about it, bro, and he said he likes the competition and he looks dangerous, bro. So,
brother, he's got 16 medals.
Yes, bro, it's ridiculous, bro.
In his career right now.
The Saka Foden debate, by the way, just drives me nuts.
It's not a debate. It's not.
It's comparing a 16 out of 10 with an 8 out of 10.
There's
nothing wrong with the 8 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with the 8 out of 10 gal. But 16 out of 10s are 16 out of 10s, all right?
I agree with you a lot, man, because he does have what Musiala's got in it. And if Musiala's not world class, then neither is he yet. So that's just a step below.
So speaking of him then, Saka.
Maybe
I feel like they probably both go in the same kind of category, though.
No, I think Saka's maybe in a few years.
Yeah, maybe in a few years.
Fair.
Yeah, I have to be honest.
We really haven't made a tier, but okay, fair.
I've never watched Saka. Because sometimes when you're watching and you're in the emotion of stuff, you go, oh, this guy's world class, man. You don't really mean it. It's just like what you just saw. You're like flipping. I don't ever get that when I watch Saka.
Fair? No.
He's super effective, but he's too one-dimensional for me. I want to see him under a new coach. I want to see this fucking poor guy has had to have Arteta and Southgate. Those are the only two coaches.
Yeah,
The only two coaches this guy has had at senior level. I want to see him with someone new.
Saka's one dimension.
No. He had Freddie Ljungberg for a hot set.
Yeah, he did, man.
There you go.
In the Valentino.
And also, I need to see him. I need to see like a Johan Bakayoko pull up. I need to see a Nico Williams pull up. I need to see a Riccardo Orsolini pull up to the Emirates. Then we'll see if he can earn it on merit. Because Martinelli has that now with Trossard. And clearly Trossard is level. And Martinelli's taking a drop off.
Trossard the finisher, that's why, man. I agree with you. Like the one dimension is a thing. He basically got the one dimension what Salah's got, but Salah's is now. Salah's had a career already. So
he's not an Arjen Robben either.
I was just about to say, I don't think you can have an Arjen Robben in today's game anymore.
No,
I feel like that, like, because he was doing it at such a world-class like level. Now people are trying to do what they're doing, which is the one-dimensional one thing that they always do. The way football's set up now, man, you can't keep doing it.
I mean, I guess Saka
this thing
is two-dimensional. I know exactly what Saka's gonna do every time. Run down, get to the edge of the box, cut in on his left, either whip it to the back post or shoot. You just check the last game and see that. Or the other thing he does is he gets there, he does his hesitation thing, looks at Odegaard, 1-2, byline, cross across the floor, tap in. That's literally Saka's game, bro. There's nothing.
And it's good because he's not. I like Saka a lot.
Like, so far in international tournaments, he's a bit annoying, bro. He's a bit weak. Like he doesn't look ready for maybe the next one. But you saw how he got bullied against France. Everyone was there talking about, but Saka got choke slammed and that. Man up in it, bro. Like, you talking about?
I got choke slammed, you know.
Yeah, man. Remember Keelan? He just dragged him off the pitch, bro. It should have been a foul still.
Like, here's a question: Federico Chiesa or Bukayo Saka? I know how I'm going with.
If you're talking without the injuries,
but with consistency, I'm going Saka. But without the injuries,
consistency, you'd go with Saka because I feel like he'd be consistent over a season. Yeah. But in a one-off kind of game,
Chiesa.
I reckon I go with Chiesa. The only problem again, and I was going to add him, I think, to the list, but I remember thinking I wouldn't know where to put you. Like that would be a proper debate for days on end because. Where do we put someone like a Chiesa? Enz is asking, so Saka will have the same thing Salah will be easy to defend. What do you guys think? Yeah, and I think it's what we're saying, and I think it's also a case of you end up you'd have to literally just be elite at doing that. That's the thing. You can do that, by the way.
That's like what you said about Robin and Ruben elite at doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, tonight Saka's involved tonight against Bayern. Here's the thing: we don't have Alphonso Davies. We're going to be playing Eric Dyer. I expect you to score. If you're world class like these Arsenal fans say, you better score tonight.
Well, they're going to need him to score, not dive and, run into goalkeeper.
I actually thought it was a penalty to be. I think we caught kind of live, but like it could have easily been a pen, no pen. But like
it could have easily been a pen, but I also feel as a player, you just go around and score.
If he's world class, he scores tonight. He's come up against Rafael Guerrero and Eric Dyer. Rafael Guerrero is not a fullback, a defensive one by any means. You better score tonight. But would anybody be surprised if he doesn't score tonight?
No, that's the thing, and that's the
problem. If that's Chiesa, I'm like probably going to score against Guerrero and Dyer.
I think Saka will end up escaping the Salah thing just because he won't have the same manager for like 8 years, 7 years, and that. I don't think that's the thing anymore. So they'll play different ways. Whereas Salah he's been able to benefit being on the clock, but then he also hasn't been pushed because he's been on the clock as well. Because there's been nobody. No one's argued with him at right wing at all. Salah. Doak is the only argument he's had, and he got injured straight away. So
yeah, I was thinking about that ends, by the way. All right, let's move on anyway. Let's move on. Martinelli, then. So we're just talking about him.
I'm concerned.
That's it. There's no list.
I rate him very highly, but like this season, ever since Xhaka left, that left-hand side, dead. But then when Trossard starts, he doesn't look effective either. So that might be a system thing. Like both of Martinelli and Trossard off the bench this season have been better for Arsenal, particularly Trossard. I don't think Martinelli.
I feel like that Martinelli. I feel like Martinez one's too early to say if he's world class. So he's not world class. I know that much. He might just go in the same one. Yeah, it might go to Saka. I don't think it'll be at Arsenal though. I don't think it'll be at Arsenal. It'll be at
Best
Barcelona.
position, I think, is striker. I can't lie. I think it's striker.
Potentially, maybe again, different team.
It'll be Barcelona. It'll be
He's a good
Barcelona.
finisher. He's a good finisher. So I think
he is. When he gets in front of goal, I do admit.
maybe.
All right, let's go. Let me do a couple easy ones. Jude.
Belly goal. Big man. Just put him in the list underneath world class in it to start the foolishness.
Oh, Bellingham.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's world class.
Yeah, that's what I said underneath world class.
Yeah.
If Camavinga's there, he's not above that yet. But
I think as a footballer, he's produced better than his season he's having at Real Madrid. I've been a little bit disappointed on the actual footballing side. It's not like he's terrible or anything.
Yeah.
I think what it is that Ancelotti's like, I have Hosselu. I need goals. You can score them.
As a Real Madrid guy, bro, Hosselu is the most annoying, bruv. I'm never get out of my club and all this business and that. I just happily if we would sign somebody else, bro.
That was the first season I started supporting Newcastle. That guy
so much chances, Hosselu.
Fuck my life. Honestly, Hosselu.
Harry Kane. I'm putting world class. I feel like that's a world class.
Almighty.
Yeah, Harry just rules on it.
I think the ship sailed. I can't lie. I'm going ship.
You think the ship has sailed on Harry Kane?
Sorry. Untouchable, because he's never going to win a fucking trophy in his career.
You don't think Harry Kane is world class right now?
No, he's world class right now.
Dude,
I feel like he's world class right now.
Dude, but the problem, all right, here's the problem. Every game at Bayern is a big game. So he's already got it tough because he's going to miss some of the goals in games. But when we're having the season that we're having, bro, and you pulled up.
You got to realize, let's put you this way.
Good, bro.
With someone like Harry Kane, the reality is, obviously, I don't know what the role is that he's been asked to do that thing. But from what I see,
that's a sign of great coaching, isn't it? That's a excellent coaching.
No, of course, no. It's not that, because Tuchel's not got nothing to do with what Harry Kane is doing. Harry Kane is doing what Harry Kane is just doing himself. That's got nothing to do at all. I don't rate whatever Tuchel's trying to do. No. But with what he is doing, I can't sit here and say he ain't pulling his weight, and that's the reason why Bayern are in this position. I can't say that with him. He's actually pulling his own weight. In that position. He's doing it. He's not one of the it would be different if it was like how Lewandowski is with Barcelona at the moment, where you're like, bro, you're not even pulling your own weight, and you're supposed to be this world-class, untouchable type of striker, and you're not even doing that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I feel like Harry Kane, unfortunately, I know the trophy cabinet looking a bit light, if not empty, but he himself is a world-class player.
Is this
You know what? All right. You know what? Fine. For good juju, I'll put him in world class tomorrow. Though you're going in
for Kane's sake, I don't obviously because I've got teams that I want to in the Champions League. But for Kane's sake, the Champions League will shut everything down because he, at the moment, is looking like the most cursed youth, bruv.
100%.
You can't make this shit up. 100%. Every team he plays for he can score all the goals he wants, but the team don't win anything. What is going on, bruv?
This is what I'm saying.
The walking definition. He's the walking definition of wrong place, wrong time, just like your mother told you when you were.
And if I'm correct, has Harry Kane only been in not the first trophy of the Bundesliga? Forget that. That was Leipzig they lost, didn't it? But he's only been in 2 cup finals, isn't it? Was the FA Cup and the Champions League final?
Carabao Cup as well versus.
He's been in the Carabao. Yeah, he's been in the
They fired Jose and had.
I thought. No, that's what I thought. I thought that was the FA Cup. Was it the Carabao Cup?
This is Carabao versus Man City when they fired Jose before the final. Yeah.
Oh, so who the fuck did Leicester beat in the final then? Remember
Chelsea. Tielemans screamer. Yeah.
Remember Tielemans scoring that banger.
Oh, so it was the League Cup then. That's what I meant. Yeah. So that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's been in
Harry Kane was in the FA Cup semi-final the year.
Yeah. The semi-final fine. This is the 2 finals. So he's been in the League Cup final and the Champions League final. He was shit in both games, bro.
He was shit.
Champions League final, he shouldn't have played.
Yeah, he shouldn't have played.
I think they would have not won, but they would have had a better game if he
came off the bench. Lucas Moura's energy at the beginning of the game and came off the bench with 20 minutes to go. Yeah.
Because you'll be bringing him on if the game is still 0-0 or whatever the score is. You just be bringing him on if we do have to go to penalties, he's going to be the penalty taker anyway. Yeah. And we need someone like that to come on the pitch, and it just changes. Those kind of things will just shift the mentality of the players on the pitch at that moment in time. because that time where we're playing against a Kane, tired, unfit, not really doing anything. We've already had 80 minutes of this anyway, so I don't really, you know what I mean? There's nothing new about him. If he comes off the bench though, yeah, that's a bit of a different kind of kettle of fish because you don't know what type of mentality and intensity he's going to come on with. But that's Kane. I'll leave him in world class for now. But again,
after tonight, we're moving him to untouchable. I'm sorry.
But then that's saying that he might score a hat trick tonight and they win the game 3-0.
They can still win the Champions League.
Hey, I hope he does score a hat trick and we win 3-0. I'm trying to salvage the season before VfB Stuttgart.
That would be perfect if the season when Leverkusen finally win the league, that Bayern win the Champions League the same season, bro.
It'll be the year that Dortmund win it. That's what'll really happen.
Yeah, I can't wait. Let's go.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Vinny.
Vinny Jr.
Yes, sir.
He's world class.
Yeah, world class. Yeah.
No, just
hey, starts for any club. Starts for any club, any nation, anywhere, anytime. Yeah.
Thomas Muller.
Untouchable.
Should retire after the season and become a coach, but yeah,
this motherfucker's been old since he was 19, bro.
I swear he's not the same, bro. Even when I saw when I see old videos of him like playing for Germany or Bayern, I'm like, you've always kind of looked old, haven't you? Like you've kind of just always looked the same.
Yeah, I said to man before, bro. I randomly sat down and had a coffee and a conversation with his sister, bro. Just randomly, bro. I was at like some horse show.
He's the definition of right.
And then they said her name and that, and then she sat at the table next to me and my missus, and I was like, oh, you got the same name as one of the footballers that I love, man. And she's like, oh, Thomas, that's my brother. I said, no, it's not your brother. Then she showed me the photograph and I'm like, oh.
Here's an interesting question about Thomas Muller. Does he crack an all-time Bayern 11 or get on the bench?
Then we're gonna have to go for like the man from way back though, innit?
I was just about to say, yeah, we'd end up doing stuff like that.
Is he in the? All right, is he in the discussion? I think he is.
He's in the discussion. He's in the discussion, and I think if it's
for sure,
make sure you guys are heading on. If you haven't already subscribed to Never a Foul, big up with them.
I think if it's a Bayern team that I've seen while I've been alive, then he's definitely in the team. But if it's before I was alive, when them man, you know which one I'm talking about. The that are grey on FIFA now, like they're just grey. The card's grey.
Yeah.
If it's them man, then you know what I mean.
How long you been watching for?
34 now, so. Yeah, the whole time, and let's say 95 onwards.
Since 2000. Yeah, he makes that 11.
Yeah, he makes that 11.
Yeah. Guys, as Edman said, you guys are coming on over from Never a Foul. Make sure you're smashing that like button upon entry, please. And again, big up everyone on over at Never a Foul as well. Make sure if you haven't subscribed over there and you're from here, make sure you subscribe to Never a Foul, please. All right, cool. We got them done and dusted. Trent.
World class. Yeah.
Savage. Awfully quiet.
No, he's there, man. Because he's got what Robert. He's still got age on Robert, and Robert's in Untouchables, bro. So he's there. But I will say, I don't like the fact that people made Trent's level like way above Robbo's. It's not. It will be. You can tell it will be because he's.
Unless you talk to Hussam.
Yeah, because I just think like I keep bringing it up every week. Not for if you're not a Liverpool fan, no more care, man. But I don't like the fact that every time Trent gets an assist and it's like, oh, he's got the most assists as a right back or a full back, and then all of a sudden Robbo breaks that because he's only right next to him, and no one cares, bruv.
Yeah, I know. Liverpool side, like they don't even really post out anything.
Nothing,
like
bro. Treat him like Leighton Baines and that. He ain't Leighton Baines, bro.
A shout out Leighton Baines, man.
Yeah. Leighton Baines had that. You listen, any man who keeps that trim his whole life is a bad man, bro. Man had the Oasis trim his whole life, bro.
That's the idea, flipping Oasis. You lot are stupid. All right, look at world class. Jack Grealish.
World class.
Wow.
No.
I rate this guy so highly.
I'm gonna be honest with Jack, and even though he plays for Man City, I love Jack in it from the ends and that. But the ship sailed with Jack, bro.
That's kind of where I had him in. I don't feel like he's hit ever a world class. Maybe you could have said maybe if you want to say last season, but I don't feel like he's been consistent with that though.
No, he hasn't. He's only ever been Villa's best player, but even then, if you watch it properly, it's probably McGinn. But okay, I understand what Steve's saying though, because trust me, when you watch anyone watches Jack properly, he's actually cold, bro. But he does fall into that
important to the way they control football matches. You can't get the ball off him. You have to foul him. You have to.
But would we call him a world-class player though? I think that's what we got to remember is we're not calling someone world-class based off of that one season that they were absolutely amazing and etc. Because that's great. And that's why I think he has had an amazing season last season. Unfortunately, this season, whatever reason, we've seen Doku come in and take his place. Now he won back that place.
Yeah, and also,
and that's not to say that he's rubbish, but you know, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Also, as well, and I know it's hard to say with Man City because they're good at replacing people. If they lost Grealish, it wouldn't make a difference, bro.
It would change the way they play a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit because they do have the difference. Him and Doku can play completely different, but I just don't think
he gets them up the. It's like he does the. I don't know what to call it. It's like he's like the. He just gets them up the pitch. He draws fouls. He gets them into dangerous positions.
That's a crazy attribute. Actually, that's a crazy attribute he has, you know, to draw fouls. Because you know, like when you're talking about natural attributes, you're talking about shooting, passing, and all that. And his is literally like to the point where it annoys the shit out of me, bro. Because I know what's about to happen every time he turns, bro. But he's so elite. He's way stronger than people think. That's why it annoys me because he's just dashing himself on the floor. But he's strong as hell. Obviously, man's calves are like biceps and that. It's crazy still.
The thing with that's crazy, by the way. Stefan is obviously asking me. I his GA must be higher, not asking for 40, maybe 25 consistent a season. I don't even care about the GA because him as a player is actually generally a cold player. Yeah. I just don't know if I've seen the consistency level to keep him at it. Yeah, I think you've seen flashes, brilliance, but I can't sit here and tell you right now, yeah, I've seen 2-3 seasons of him being a world-class player. I haven't. I really haven't. I've seen one where I thought, you know what, last season, he was generally performing at a world-class level. I'm sorry, but if you're then getting usurped by Doku and then you're struggling to get back into the team and it's only due to Doku's poor form that you're even getting back into the team, nah, I can't say that. And I just think you've not even digressed. You've just not maintained that kind of level. Yeah. But
here's a question. Here's a question with Grealish then, for England this
summer. I'll put him in maybe a few years, actually.
Who starts on the left who should start on the left for England? Gordon or Grealish?
No, I'm playing Grealish.
Because I think Gordon's been the best left winger in the league.
I'm not using Grealish because when you use Gordon over Grealish, it's the same thing as Doku over Grealish. They play completely different on it. So Southgate, I don't trust anyway, and Southgate clearly doesn't like.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't like Grealish. Depends what you want. It depends who you're playing against. That's why Guardiola's got him there, innit, and paid 100 mil for him because it's a different kind of attribute. What he's good at isn't needed at Man City. Like everything he's good at isn't needed at Man City, but some of the things are. Whereas at Villa, he looked like the main guy, didn't he? And he doesn't do any of that at Man City.
And big up Lord in the building, man. I hope you're well. But like, yeah, I don't disagree with this. I'm by the way, I'm not talking about Jack Grealish's ability not being great, by the way. Everything everyone has said about Jack Grealish, I totally agree with. I think he's a really good player. Unfortunately, being a good player doesn't mean you are world class. To be world class, in my opinion anyway, we need to see that consistency level of you performing at that level, whatever that level is, to be considered world class. I need to see that for a good couple of seasons. Until I see that, that's why I find it difficult. Like, I needed him to have had a great start, or more or less the similar start that he had to that he had last season. I needed to see that this season. If he literally, even if he just dropped a little bit and he just kept up to that kind of level, Jack Grealish, world-class player. I can't say nothing more. Forget the GA stuff. The GA stuff doesn't even, I don't care about all of that because of what they bring. The GA doesn't matter.
Who's a player that Grealish reminds you of? Like, was there a player like 15, 20 years ago that reminds you of Grealish where he's at a wicked good team, but it's like, I don't know. What's like a comparison for him?
He's like a wicked good team. I don't know, Matt Letizia, potentially at Southampton.
Southampton, yeah, I was about to say.
Maybe something like that, where someone they're blatantly better than everyone else in their team, like, and they play for a dead team anyway. But Villa want a dead team.
They want a dead team, innit? That's what
they are comparatively to where they are now.
Okay. At that time,
that's true, because the Villa that Grealish was at before he left, they was about to get relegated. They got
They're
away
about to
with
get relegated. Exactly.
the,
That's what I'm
the
saying.
watch broke, and the Hawkeye thing broke. So that's how they got away with that one. Different player.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I am an eye test merchant. 100%.
No, but
wrong
there's nothing wrong with being either or. Like whatever you like to football, that's your opinion. I'm never bothered. So that's why when we start talking about eye tests, and if we're doing eye tests, Salah's dead. I promise you that right now. I'll take Hazard every damn day.
They're both important, obviously. It's just that people go extreme too far the other way.
Yeah, you go extreme one way. You know, I'm gonna put him in not yet but close. I think that's more of a fair reflection of someone like Grealish, because I feel like he is close if he can maintain. I don't think the ship has kind of just sailed where it's like
that's fair enough. That's as fair.
Yeah, that's the only reason. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why.
That's fair.
All right, cool. Next one, Marcus Thuram.
He's young. The ship ain't sailed, but like I don't know if he's got a ticket.
That's what I'm saying. That system Inzaghi has been sick for years. Like,
if I put him in maybe in a few years, it's just because like he's not flaking.
few years.
Yeah. Like because otherwise I'm just pissing on man's career, bruv, already. But it's just
he's only 26, so it's not like
that's about he's got years of that. Yeah, I mean, and managers and
if Lautaro stays a few more seasons, they'll have. If they keep that partnership for another 4 years, are you telling me they ain't gonna win at least 2 Scudettos and make one more UCL final?
I think so.
I think that's very and is Thuram and Lautaro gonna have to be 2 of their more effective, better players? Absolutely. Do I think they could do that? Yes. So if they keep that together, I think maybe in a few years he's been excellent. And I liked him at Mönchengladbach a lot. So
strong player, man. Strong player, bro.
I think that's the kind of. Nah, I think I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
What do you think? What do you think? Lilian, what was he feeding them man as kids, bro?
Whatever he was eating, because he was. Whatever he ate, he was
probably not Nando's.
Yeah.
Definitely that. All right, last few people, and then we're going to be doing our World 11 before we head out here. Again, guys, make sure you're smashing that like button for me, please. Rodrigo.
I'll go world class. I'll put that down there. Yes,
Rudders is my guy. Yeah, so I'm putting him on the one underneath. I've had belief in him the whole time, but I think because realistically, like. He's getting more games than he was before now.
Yeah,
and I don't think Real Madrid saw him this summer. But let's say that he gets linked with Liverpool. Everybody tweaking. Everybody's like, "Give me Rodrigo. Give me Rodrigo."
I don't know. That's the thing. When he was linked with us, like, when someone mentioned it not so long ago, people were telling me that he's not a Liverpool type player and he's not good enough for that. And that's when I knew man were talking shit, bro. Yeah. He's cold. Put him in the he goes in where Bellingham and Camavinga and all them man is.
I'll put him in world class.
Yeah.
I would, but you could argue the under,
Yeah, I don't think Vinny's a level ahead of him, and I think Bellingham and Camavinga is the same. Like this is the most games he's got now this season. It's Bellingham's first season at Madrid, and Camavinga's first time. Well, he's not as left back all the time now, so all of them are on that same wave.
Both of them have shown adaptation to a new way. Ancelotti,
yeah.
So I'll give them both credit, and I think Rodrigo, he's just. Brilliant. Under world class or world class. I mean, either one. Sick player.
Cool.
Sick player.
Mbappe, I'm sure we're just going to throw him in.
World class.
Yeah. World class. Let's get that out of the way. I'm just trying to see if there's any more easy.
We say French Rashid in that. French Rashid in.
Yes, man. The French Rashid, bro. Yes. Yes. The French Rashid. Yes.
Nah, he deserves it. So he deserves it.
All right. Cool. Now we're down to the ones I don't think are as easy as we would probably make.
Let me just tell you something straight away, bruv. If that's the guy I think he is that Lautaro, bruv? Lautaro Martinez, because man know how I feel about this guy.
Yeah.
Get him off the screen, bruv. Delete him. Put him in the basement of the boat and set it on fire, bruv.
Why?
Bruv, you know I have a list of players that just annoy the life out of me. Him, Richarlison, Mark, Rashid. I can't stand him, bruv. This geezer can do he can do out of the blues the most world class looking thing and then just be dead, bro. Oh yeah, add Thingy as well. Rodrigo De Paul in there as well. Trash, bro.
Shout
Yeah,
out
for some
Rodrigo.
reason, yeah.
Damn, you don't
Where
like
would you put? Where would you put Martinez then? Like, where would he look like for you?
The ship sailed and got burnt, bro. I told you, got blew up. Grenade was on there.
But he's only 26 though.
He's got no chance, bro.
Few years.
I feel like
I want to see him stay at Inter though. As long as Inzaghi's there, just stay at Inter, bro.
But I do. No, I agree with what you're saying, Steve. But then I also agree with what I feel like he's not consistent at all. Like I will either see bummy behavior.
No. In the big games, he's been consistent. He's been consistent.
No.
This is fourth straight season with 20 goals. I want to say 15, 20.
No. But this is what I'm saying.
All right.
Excuse me. This is what I'm saying about him, and this is what I say about the stats and versus eye test and all of that kind of stuff. Goal wise, yes, just like Salah, they've just been consistent. When I'm watching him play, and I'm not going to sit and say I watch him there, but let's say last season I watched him about 15 times, and this season maybe about 8 or 9 times. I don't see a consistency in your performance levels though. You will get the goal because you are the better player, you are the striker, you're the main guy. I'm not seeing consistency in your performance levels though. So when I'm looking on the face of it, I'm almost like, yeah, he will get the GA, might be a lucky penalty or whatever the case may be, or a very, very good goal because he's got that in his locker. But then his overall game at times, I'm looking and thinking, bro, you really do like we complain at Gakpo for ghosting in games. You do the same thing. You literally do the same thing. And we get onto man about
thing and blah,
blah, blah. We played in Toronto. Well, we didn't need to win, but we played.
Yeah, when he scored that goal, I was like,
he shrugged off Virgil and roasted one in the top corner out of nowhere, innit?
Out of nowhere, bro.
If you want to see a meltdown, you don't know that when I watch football games, I'm not very emotional. Go and watch my Argentina versus France watch along, bro. This geezer was having me ready to burn my house down, bro. He was so annoying.
Yeah.
I think he is strictly a true up top striker. That's what he is a system player. If Inzaghi leaves, you are in trouble, my bro. You are in trouble.
Yeah, because I just look at him and think I don't think you're close to that kind of like for again, just my own definition. If I put Haaland in the world class bracket, you're not that, and I don't even think you're close to that, whatever he's doing. And that's I think
for him to be maybe in a few years, bro. That means in the next few years, he's had the biggest turnaround of a football. But I can't. But then again,
I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's shit.
To be fair to use like though, to be fair, and take away Liverpool bias, he's 26 on it.
Yeah,
and how old's Nunes? 25.
Yes.
Right, well, then he's got to go in there then because you got to be fair, bro. There's months between them in birthdays and that, and
yeah. And look at his record. This season, 39 games, all comps, 26 goals. Last season, 57, 28 goals. Season before that, 49, 25, 48, 19, 49, 21. I'm not saying he doesn't score goals, guys.
He's a 1 in 2. He's a 1 in 2 striker. Like it's 1 in 2.
And this is what I'm saying. He just seems like one of those kind of people where I'm just like, I feel your GA will deceive people into believing that you are actually
like Benteke.
If they watch you enough, I don't think you're as good as people make out. But listen, few years time.
It's like Benteke, bro. Benteke score by cook out nowhere and do nothing, bro. And
he shows up in more big games in UCL.
Big games is massive. Big games is massive for me.
The Derby, the Italian stuff like I rate the guy very high. I think
was in that team, innit?
He has to stay where he's at. I cannot reiterate it enough. Inzaghi has him scoring 20 goals in the past 3 seasons. He's getting better over each season.
This is what I'm saying. In the last 3 seasons,
and the other thing, actually, I will give Lautaro Martinez credit for is that this guy's played next to Arnautovic, Dzeko, Thuram, fucking Alexis Sanchez, the corpse of Sanchez.
Lukaku, that's really good.
So that's 5 different strikers, and I've still seen you play to a decent level, and you still score like crazy.
If he fixes up the big games, then of course, because obviously that was the problem against Man City. That Inter should have won the game, bro, and him and Lukaku just wasn't on it.
Yeah. So I think at Inter, he just has to stay where he is. He'll get some Scudetto. He's getting one this year as well. So I like the player, but like he's got it perfect at Inter Milan, bro. Stay there. It don't get any better. What?
Nah, he should put Diaz on there now, man.
Nah, bro, I'm not even adding any more Liverpool.
I want you to put him on there so man can smoke him, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to do that. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. Maignan. AC Milan goalkeeper. Maignan, however you say it, how you pronounce it.
Fucking injury-prone goalkeeper.
He got the shape up, though. The shaping.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But he's so fucking good. He's so good. He's so good.
He's definitely got potential to be up there as the goalkeeper. So
I think everyone put him there once he had that very good season, but I felt like it was too premature. I was like, I don't feel like he's.
Same.
I just feel like he's performing right now. I don't feel like you just leave him there. Like this one season thing. This is why I wanted to do the show. People are doing too much of this one season stuff. After one season, I'm like, bro, give man some 2-3 years to get there first.
Put it this way, bro. Steven's a Newcastle fan, and you heard how we spoke about Ishak. He said, I'm not overhyping, but everybody else, just bear in mind, even though people rated Ishak, they watched the game last week against Spurs, and that's when I saw everyone talking about him again, bro. It's like there's spikes in it. There's a certain game, and everyone managed to watch it.
He's soft. He's
yeah. And then if you're a Newcastle fan or somebody who managed to watch other Newcastle games, you're like, this isn't even the game that you should be hyping about. You didn't watch him against Luton when he wasn't on TV, and we saw him do this. You know what I mean? You got them kind of things. So, and if that happens in the Prem, can you imagine how it's happening with the foreign players? What when people ain't watching at all, bro? They're just saying stuff. And on that day, they heard that on Twitter there was this thing that this guy scored 4 goals today, and he scored it against Bologna or someone like that, and you don't even care, but you saw the goals.
Shout out Bologna, they're gonna be in champs next year.
They're moving good still. I like them, man. But
love watching.
That's what it is.
Thank you. By the way, thank you.
If this is
Maignan is he just pisses me off because he's injury prone. So I'm gonna go for he's so good.
Goalkeepers have more time in it. So
but he's injury prone. He's fucking injury prone. Why is he injury prone? As a
but it's still early in life for him, so we can fix that, man. It's a couple stem cells.
But I'll go with.
I would just say
maybe in a few years. Maybe in a few years. You gotta stay fit as a goalkeeper. A fucking goalkeeper. Come on. What?
To that guy who said the shit, tell us what you changed, man. You know what I mean?
Can you name a world-class goalkeeper that was injury prone to start their career?
Nah, it ain't happened, man. Not to start their career.
Yeah, no, true.
And keep in mind, I watched him at Lille. Won a title with like terrific goal. He has a bozo moment every once in a while for Milan. He's had a few mistakes this year, albeit he's playing with a bozo like Chow. And tomorrow is not a bozo, but he's had a poor season.
How many people's on the list left? Gee.
7, 10. Oh, no.
Yeah, we'll get through. Yeah, we'll whiz through these last ones, and then we can do the team. We'll just go in order. De Jong.
Ship has sailed. I've been disappointed since he went to Barca. I cannot.
Now that I agree with, but to say the ship is sailed,
I think he's sick.
I can't turn my back on De Jong. I feel like it's
I feel like there's still something in him that if he was just to maybe move club or something like that.
Yeah, but we could be lying to ourselves as well, though, because we've seen how good he is. But because I can't lie, like obviously I want Barca to lose every game, but when I watch, I still want to see good football, and he disappoints me as a Madrid guy, bro.
But I will say this though, I do think that quite a few people we have this notion about Frankie de Jong, and I almost feel like we already think some people already think that he's this world-class player.
That's what it is. Like, that's the problem.
No, I don't think he's world-class. I just think he was just good.
They leveled de Jong up about 3 seasons ago. So from
exactly.
When really he probably at that point was on like maybe in a few years, and he's still on that.
I feel like he's still there, still in that maybe in a few years.
Barca be killing talent like Man United, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
with you,
bro. I'm going maybe in a few years because Barca killing talent.
Same, because I feel like even though we don't know. It does seem like if he one of them, if he comes to the Prem, he's gonna light it up and he's gonna be better than most.
Don't go to Man United. Just don't go to Man United. Otherwise,
Anyway. Ends.
Whoa.
The first part of that, fine. The last part, respect. Don't do that.
Whoa. Ends is crying about bloody Darwin Núñez, isn't it? All right. Anyways, let's move on. Ødegaard.
He's gonna I think
in between, not yet close, and maybe in a few years.
Yeah, I think he might go where is Foden's on the list underneath on it.
Yeah, Foden's not yet, but
he's Odegaard's up there with Bellingham and that, bro. He's him, bro. He's cold. He's got the same thing though. You know, in big games needs to step up a little bit
bro.
more.
Yeah.
To be fair, against Bayern, he was very good.
He's very good,
And against Villa, he was good and shouldn't have got hooked. So at least he's done that.
I think he's cold.
So I'll go with not yet, but close.
I feel like he just scrapes that one. Like he just about scrapes that one.
I'm not his biggest fan, but he is super talented.
Some of them do feel like
when
it comes to Arsenal, I don't know why Arsenal feels like a ticking time bomb. Although it could be just because experience, what I'm used to, and they have changed. But he does. Yeah. Some of them feel like Arsenal need to win the league. Like they need to win the league or the Champions League. Otherwise, shit might go back the wrong way, bruv. And some of them will be like, I'm off, bruv. I'm not staying here. Because Odegaard at this point,
because besides Kane in this list, but other than Kane in this list, and Kane had to perform at like dumb levels to even get on this list. All of these guys are winners. Like every one of these guys are all winners.
Yeah, somebody said earlier in the chat. I think it was Goat. He said this explains why Man City is so good because they're coming in like world class players they got in there. So it does match up. Maybe we should stop moaning. Maybe it's Liverpool to stop moaning about the league then, and because clearly we don't have world class players.
Well, we'll get to that in a sec. Florian Wirtz. I feel like that's maybe in a few years.
Maybe in a few years, but it's cold, bro.
Not yet, but close. I'm gonna go not yet, but close. Honestly,
you feel like he's on the same level. To be fair,
yes.
Like a couple of seasons. He's got them injuries.
I've watched this kid for years now. The injury did delay him a little bit, but like he is a phenomenon.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that injury, I was worried about it for him still. I thought he was going to finish it.
But he's come back stronger.
Yeah,
that's the crazy part. He looks even better than he did. Keep in mind, he got his debut at 16, and he was cold. Then he got injured around 18, 19, or 19, 20.
Bro, who does that in the game that you need to win the league? Score that hat trick, not any hat trick. That one. Ridiculous, man.
And they're gonna win the Europa. They'll win the Pokal. They ain't losing no games.
Nah.
He is a phenomenon, bro.
I don't care about your take. The rest of the guys in the chat, please continue. And I don't care. Openda for RB Leipzig obviously moved there this summer. What's he looking like for the future? I think he's a very good.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's maybe a few years. I think he could.
The one thing that I'm disappointed in with is that this brother could have had a hat trick at the Bernabeu. This brother could have elevated his stocks to an unbelievable level to the
He missed so many chances in that game, bro.
He did. But to be fair,
there's something about him though. I think he is a good striker.
He had a game versus Frankfurt that was the same. He had a game versus Frankfurt. It was the same thing. It was like, bro, you're so damn. But like, he does have 20-something goals in the Bundesliga. Whenever I watch Leipzig, which is pretty often, I love what I see, and I loved at Lons as well. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. When he was over there, well, obviously that's where he's really made his name. All right, cool. Next one, Alphonso Davies.
Ship has sailed. I can't lie.
Okay, before you answer that, at any stage up until now, did you ever think he was world class? At any stage? One season. Savage, do you think at any stage he was world class?
Yeah.
The year we won the champs.
His injuries kill him, but he was at one point world class, and also he's not old, and he's probably going to move to Madrid, and so I think there's still time for him. Bro. I don't think it's sailed. It feels like it because it feels like it's been around for ages.
I don't feel like it's sailed. I feel like he could be there. Maybe in a few years.
I'm probably I'll go maybe in a few years, but it should have been at world class if he didn't have the injuries. It could have been.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. We talk about windows of, especially it's more of an American thing in terms of like a NFL team. They have a window of winning the Super Bowl. Like, and if you miss out on that window, it might never happen again. I feel like with one of these guys, like a Davies, De Jong,
he's only 23.
Yeah,
feels like he's been around for ages, but he's only 23.
Because he got game time when he was 17 at Bayern from Vancouver.
I feel like everyone knows more about his gal than him still. But
shout out Jordan Hatuma, man, 16 out of 10.
You lot deep with that 16 out of 10. Yeah, right. It's not me speaking, by the way. It's just everyone else. It's not me, bro.
Yeah, I'll go for up. All right, fine. Maybe in a few years. He better bang next season for Real Madrid. There's no more excuses, dog. There's no
maybe
more.
them because Carvajal slowed it down a bit still.
Nah, left. Davies left.
Sure. Chouameni?
Not yet, but close.
Not yet. Actually, no, I'll be honest, bro. And he's my guy, bro. Put him lower. It's maybe lower? In a few years. It's not close, bro. It's not close. Yeah, he's not close, bro. It's maybe in a few years, bro. And that may be strong though, but I've been a bit like what I saw before that, and he was on the verge of joining Liverpool. Watching him from Madrid, bro, I've been a bit underwhelmed, to be honest, bro.
He's got the good problem of what's his best position, because like a center back, he's looking like a boss.
Yeah. Ancelotti overthought that one, still putting him at centre back. Should have just played Nacho, but
but he's a better centre back right now though than Nacho. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, that's true.
I will go tier above us. That's fair enough. Not world class yet, definitely not.
Yeah, no. I don't ever think he would be considered to be a world-class player. But this is what I'm saying. I think some people, when they look at these kind of things, they look at these things and they immediately, and big up Saka in the building, you're saying you believe. I was like, yeah, because we don't believe Saka is as good as you think is. I think that's just the way it is, and that's just how the ranking is in that kind of thing. But again,
you were also fan, bro. Just asking.
Yeah, no, and even forget. I have no idea what fan he is, but even if you think he is or not, it's all opinions. That this is just our opinion. We can't really, and we don't even agree on every single one.
You know why Florian Wirtz is for me not yet close, but Saka isn't. It's because I've seen Florian Wirtz multiple positions, multiple attributes, multiple skill set. I've seen Saka play left back for a hot minute when he was first introduced to the team, and then from then on in, it's been right wing under Arteta.
I mean, to be honest, it's quite easy. One of them just played a big part in his team winning the league. And one last season with the last few games just died, bro. He just fell off a cliff.
Yeah, bro. And this is where we start asking you questions. And like I said, in order, and Harry Kane is literally the exception to this rule in this conversation. When we're talking about world-class players, Harry Kane literally had to perform at the same level as like some of the top strikers in world football, Benzema's and stuff. He had to perform at that same level for us to even consider him to be a world-class player.
Yeah. But I do understand that. That's why I asked if he was an Arsenal, because I do understand, like, you have to take emotions out of this list, man, because otherwise...
Yeah, of course, man. Otherwise, that's what I said. But this is what I said. Otherwise, you just start throwing bare people...
Why does Enz keep throwing me under the bus in the chat with fake news, bro? Man, I didn't say anything about Nunes, bro. Respect me, bro.
Bro, Enz is just angry because we didn't put Nunes out, man. I don't know. Bro, you're on the beach right now, bro. Just, you know what I mean? Gabriel, Arsenal.
Maybe in a few years.
Yeah, wherever Saliba is, he is, but he's good, man. And
I like Gabriel a lot.
He's thingy, man. He's improved.
He's improved.
That's what
he has improved since he was on. Yes.
I thought he was going to end up being one of them, like, good defenders, but he does not just bozo stuff, bro. Like, I'm talking about he's going to mess up, score bare own goals and that, bro. And he's good, man. And he scores goals as well. Natural goals.
He scores goals. He's more of a threat, in my opinion.
Oh, it's horrible to play against. As soon as Arsenal get a free kick, especially when we're playing against us, I just know he's going to out-jump somebody, bro.
Yeah. Zabozala.
This poor guy's playing at the fucking Henderson role, you know.
Don't make excuses for him, man. Is that enough space when he's not in the Henderson
role?
That
is true. That is.
I don't think we should.
All right, I'm going to admit my bias. I am Hungarian. So the guy,
that's fair enough.
Like the best Hungarian footballer I ever seen in my fucking life, because I'm used to Roland Shalai and shit like that. So
hold on, G, did you just say Chip Sale?
No, I said he's not gonna go into Chip Sale. That's the one I don't.
He's only been at Liverpool a bit, and obviously before that we already know how he could play, and so he goes in the maybe in a few years, and I think that maybe is strong. If
y'all get Ruben Amorim, I'm telling you right now, he'll have the 3-4-2-1 formation. He'll play where Pedro Gonçalves plays on the left. I think he'll do really well. That's what I think.
Reverend Knight said he's on the ship. It's not sailed. It's just got anchor on it, but he's on.
Szoboszlai at Leipzig was unbelievable, but they play with very, very unique formations. 4-2-2-2, playing with 3 attacking midfielders in a diamond and shit. I've seen him succeed there. You know, next to Emil Forsberg, and you know that. So it's
hold on, who's En's talking about when he said his GA is like Thiago?
Yeah, I'm so confused. Like, you know, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm so baffled what you're talking about. But like I said, En's just angry because Nunes isn't. You know what I mean? Nkunku.
maybe in a few years.
He's phenomenal.
Hasn't had enough games this season.
Another,
Before the season, he was cooking, but he's not had enough games this season. Oh, he's on about Zabazalai.
Maybe in a few years.
Oh, I don't care about Zabazalai, G.
I rate the guy so highly. Fucking hell, yeah.
Yeah, if you're talking about Zabazalai, I don't care about his GA at all. Like, I don't. Clearly not, because he's playing the Henderson role anyway. Bruno Guimaraes.
I like him.
He's a good one.
He definitely needs anger management though, because this geezer, bro.
Of course.
Steve, thank you for that guy, bro. He wins me so many bets, bro. I just put a yellow card on straight away.
Yeah.
I seen the Newcastle fans cheering for him not getting a yellow card the other day. Like, he got games without getting yellow cards. The man cheering.
Yeah. Bro, he's been on like a 7-game run without a yellow, and he's been
man.
Suspension, and I'm like,
he does look better. He looks better with Joe Linton there though, because he's doing a lot when Joe Linton.
Yeah, that what could have been with Tonali, Joe Ellington, Bruno. Jesus Christ, that's Eddie Howe wet dream with 3 8s just fucking.
I think Bruno, for me, even though I saw him before Newcastle lost, is still in maybe.
Yeah, maybe in a few years. Like, I don't think he's close either. Like,
I don't think he's had the greatest of seasons, but like recently,
I think he's on that list, isn't it? Paqueta's on the same part as him, and that's why.
Yeah. But I think Paqueta is just a bit ahead of him.
Yeah.
Just a bit, not like, but I do like Bruno.
Though, if he goes to Man City and they get Paqueta, it's over.
Yeah, like I said, I don't need to see that next season. Kim Min Jae from Bayern Munich, obviously formerly of Napoli. This season, not really played that much, to be honest with you. But I remember before he moved to Bayern Munich, everyone was like, "Yo, this guy." X, Y, and Z.
I was so fucking excited.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not surprised that you was, because everybody was excited before he moved to Bayern. He's been, I don't know, Steve, you'd probably have to tell me, but on the face of it, this guy's being dropped for flipping Eric Dyer. Like, I'm like, is he not doing what you want him to do, or what?
No, it's just every mistake he makes. First half of the season, actually, he was very, very good. But second half, ever since he brought in Dyer, it's like the guy, bro, it's bad. It's bad. Because if Eric Dyer is one of the key defenders of your team, you should not be named Bayern München in the champs. I'm sorry. You're just not like it's I'm very, very, very concerned. Very concerned.
I'm still willing to wait on Kim still.
Now, forget whether you're willing to wait or not, but do you think, like, realistically in your eyes, like, he's 27 years of age now?
I don't think he's going to be world class at all.
I think the ship
sailed, bro. That's it.
The ship sailed. Sailed.
Next season is make or break. We better bring in the right manager, otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, this list could change. Like, listen, we might do this list next year, and all of a sudden now, certain guys whose ship has sailed.
Yeah,
I don't know, just might change it around in the season. Who knows? Like, we got to wait and see.
I respect Kim K, bro. She's good at the back, you know, like that.
Yeah, well, words of Savage. Who's it? Hakimi.
Just for what he did to his wife, bro. He gets world class for me, blood.
World class.
No, I think Hakimi is dope, bro.
Yeah. You're putting in world class. You think Hakimi's a world class?
Yeah.
Because he done it at Inter Milan, he done it at Borussia Dortmund, he done it at Paris Saint-Germain, all them in the champs. He is absolutely phenomenal.
It was cold in the World Cup as well.
And he was cold. Yeah, he was.
I think he's pound for pound best right back in the world.
And again, he put all his money in his mom's name, so his wife couldn't get it. Ha ha.
I hear it.
No, can you name a better right back pound for pound than Hakimi?
So the next person we're going to talk about is Kyle Walker. Where would you put him?
Untouchable.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it because me and Enz end up having our argument over Kyle Walker. So, because I said he was him, and Enz said he's just fast. He's not just fast.
But that's like. But then if I turn around and said, "Well, Trent can only pass," then we'd be here all day. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
so what Kyle Walker's his progression as a footballer and how he started and how he looked at the beginning, especially when it was like him and Trippier on opposite sides at Spurs. I couldn't have. I didn't know he could get better, but he did get better, bro. And he's literally one of Man City's main players, bro. Like when he's not there and they're playing against a certain team. Like, okay, anyone watch that Champions League game last week?
Yeah, the
how much space Vinny had and what he wants. And then watch the game last season when he locked Vinny up. The second game, because the first game Vinny done him. I think he's untouchable still. I think he's already cemented in that. When we talk about right backs going for, especially in the Prem as well. There's only who's in there, like Neville. Yeah, he's in there, man. He's the best right back in the Prem of all time.
He's in that convo for sure.
Yeah. I'd have to sit down and think on it. But
I know Thingy undermined himself a lot. Like Neville undermined himself a lot at it, like Carragher does. So Neville's definitely better than he thinks he was. But
yeah. Neville, it's like Neville's almost got this syndrome where I'm like, you were better than that.
Even when he's having a conversation with Trent, he's just like, oh, obviously I couldn't do what you could. I'm like, Neville and Beckham was serious, blood.
Was serious. That was a serious right hand side that they had, like serious right hand side.
Who was Arsenal's right back during their like prime Wenger days?
Lauren.
Right back?
Yeah, Lauren.
Does Lauren get near these convos?
No.
That's right back in Primera? No. Just because of longevity or something? He's a good player, right? They bought him from Mallorca.
He was good.
He was okay, but I never looked at him as a
key piece in the cog
player.
Yeah. Same.
No. The thing is, I don't even need you to be, because that's like me saying, like looking at Man City, like some of their players might be world class, but I don't feel like they're the key piece of that cog. Like I don't look at them like that. It's just more, players. I'm just thinking, Laurent was good, but not.
Yeah, when I think of right backs in the Prem, man, I'm talking. There's obviously Walker now, but Neville, Aspilicueta, Ivanovic.
Aspilicueta.
These guys. Ivanovic was so cold, bro.
Ivanovic. That's just crazy. There's that lack of depth in terms of right back all time for a Prem. That's crazy.
Yeah, Brevenite, top class, like, but when if anything past that, no, I wouldn't call it world class, like. But that's all subjective, and I guess people like to also choose. Some people go when they choose players who they deem to be world class. They always try to then remember, in his position. That's why I always say I don't care about his position. Is this player world class or not? Like, are they the world class player? Whether they're a centre back, a goalkeeper, whatever. Like, I'm not trying to compare world class levels. Like, I'm not saying, I don't know, Emi Martinez is as good as Van Dijk in terms of, no, like, that's not a debate. It's just, are they good at whatever it is that they do? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So if you believe that they are, then cool. By the way, Scraps, I didn't put him there. They did. So
no, I'll stand by it and I'll double, triple, quadruple down on
what player?
Hakimi.
Hakimi is the coldest, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not here to debate you. All right, we'll go with the last two. Ruben Diaz, Manchester City.
Ship has sailed.
I think that's too harsh. Because I do think he's a dope defender.
Still very, very, very good, but do I see him improving?
Okay,
fair enough.
Maybe untouchable, maybe.
He's not going to improve. I think Man City will probably get rid of him too, but he's but that's not. I think his attributes, man, like he's proper slow as it is, and his legs look like he's dying on him. But he's the centre back last season as well.
Yeah,
when they won the treble. The season before that, when Liverpool, he was cold that season. The season before that, COVID season was his best season.
Whatever his first season was, that was his best season. Whatever
was that COVID season? Because we won the league. We won the league, and they told us the reason why we won the league is because Laporte was injured. Then the season after, they had Diaz and Laporte, which was COVID season. Because obviously we celebrated without no fans. That whole season, him and Laporte was killing it. And then because Van Dijk was away, they said he was the best in the world because Van Dijk was dead. So he did have that great season. Then the season after was last season, and he was good then as well. And then there's this season, he might go in world class still. I can't even lie, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I would have
with Steve, bro. He's not going to get better, bro. So he might go in.
No. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. This time next year, this list might change, and he would just go into like an untouchable way. Just like, I don't think you're world class, but I think you've had enough world class seasons to just stay there in that. Okay, you've done your thing.
World class for now, because this definitely the list will change, and depending on the rest of the season, and he might have big parts where he either shows up or doesn't, and that's what about. But yeah,
it's so mad. Look how many Manchester City players in it. That's crazy. Last but not least, Declan Rice.
no, it's not.
I'm not even going to ask you, Savage. Steve, what do you think? Because I already know what Savage is about to say.
Do I ever think he's gonna be world class?
That's the real question you got to ask yourself. Do you think he will ever be world class? I don't think he's world class, by the way, but I'm just trying to figure out where I would put him. That's my only issue. I don't know yet.
I'll play it safe. I'll play it safe and go maybe in a few years.
Declan's a good age, isn't it?
Yeah, like
Yes.
20.
I'll tell you what. No, like, I know you said that you're not going to ask me but you're thinking more of age.
Go on, say it.
Because I've changed some of my thoughts on Declan. It weren't that the stuff that I said he was rubbish at. The stuff that I didn't see him do at West Ham that I've seen him do now. So he looks better on the ball. His passing's better than I thought it was. I didn't know his set pieces were like that. They're really good, bro. Like his corners and that. They're really good.
Yeah. That's why he takes them. Yeah, he's good at that.
His thing sometimes is he gets not overconfident, but he's almost like he's arrogant on the ball in weird positions. And I'm like, you get caught out, it's over for you, bro, at the big level. And he's finding that out now in the Champions League.
And he protects he does protect that back four really.
He does.
Really,
he's in that phase now where
he can play as a center back. He could play as a center back. Not joking. He could play as a center back.
Oh yeah, he played as a center back, didn't he, for a minute? And
he did. Yeah, he did when he was young.
When he first got introduced at West Ham, Moise had him as a center back.
I would, obviously, whatever you two are going to say, but I would have him in not yet, but close. I feel like he's on that borderline. I'm going to have one more season.
I think, looking at that, I think he's in maybe in a few years, but he's 25, bro. I know he looks older than this, but he's 25. I think by 28, you know exactly where he is forever. Like he's either going to be that same level, which that's what I think is going to happen with Declan. I think he's going to maintain the same level, which is really
good. I don't actually think he's going to get that much better.
Like an 8 out of 10. He's been an 8 out of 10 this season easy. If you can maintain that, that's not easy to do. That's just not easy.
And if he starts taking on, and bear in mind, I'm not trying to compare them, but if he starts doing the thing which is done a bit this season, where see how Rodri actually doesn't score as many goals as people think, but he saves his team when he needs to, with them big goals.
Big final winner.
Exactly. And Declan Rice has started to do that. I saw him against Luton last minute, 97th minute, and that he's doing it now. Last season he did it as well. So we'll see. But
if he don't play well, usually Arsenal don't play well. That's another thing too.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah. So he is good. Yeah.
All right, that's the list done and dusted. I'm not running through all the names. You guys can see that bloody thing on your screen. If you can't and you're watching this on the replay, you can just rewind.
Hey, for the visually impaired, G don't care. Anyway, continue.
You know what? That's even a shout. I'll download it actually, and I'll post it on my Twitter, and then you can just see the visuals there.
I said for the visually impaired, and you just said I'm going to download it, and they can see.
I'm not even listening. Sorry.
What kind of man said here? You blind people here, look at the screenshot.
When you're saying visually impaired, I don't know why I'm thinking audio. I don't know why, but that's the first thing I started to think was just audio. If any of you has been player of the season, I'm guessing will never leave it, and if they do leave it, it's temporary because they got some number onces for. I have no idea what that means.
POF, player of.
That's what I was trying to think. Player of the season. POF. Player of.
Just put in the chat what that means, brother. No. Plenty of man said plenty.
If any dude has been on
plenty of fish, oh boy.
Let me come off this anyway.
Hey.
All right. Before we head out, we'll quickly do our World 11. So
I have to say, G, by the way, I'm quite impressed the fact that the top list for world class, I don't even think he got past 15 players, bro.
Yeah. Oh, let me even count it. Actually, let me just quickly count that.
And if it didn't, that's good, bro, because that means
that's probably about right.
Yeah, but there's about 4 goalkeepers in there. Although, G, there was no Oblak on this list, was there?
No, that's what I'm saying. There's players I've missed out. I've just gone with a list of players. Like I've
everyone else that I agree with, though, I agree anyway. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we see here, what's that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 players.
Oh, okay. I like that, man. And it makes sense because the step below is around the same. It's not far off.
Yeah, exactly. So you in our heads, we assume all of these guys will enter into this list, and maybe one or two of these people are going to end up dropping out anyway, like the Ruben Diaz potentially, or
Exactly, because I think
Harry Kane if he will continue
that second list, I think a few
Kimmich.
The end of the season is going to determine a lot because it's pressure games now.
Yeah.
So performances in if you're Real Madrid or Man City or Bayern Munich or Arsenal,
PSG,
yeah, some performances tonight, and then to performances in the semi-final and the final potentially get you over the line, bro.
I mean Martinez as well with Villa.
Yeah,
yeah. For the Copa
America. If he goes and wins the conference, even though I don't rate the conference trophy like that, but you're in it to win it, innit? So
I mean, for Villa though, they haven't had a trophy in.
I know it's gonna be funny though because they'll win that, and then because they're still singing about the European trophy, innit? So it'll be see if the trophy changes that. But yeah, interesting, man. I like it. Well done for that.
No, I think we've done good. I think we've done good. We didn't just throw everybody in there. I know that Sai, you was crying about Saka and that. You know, you better just save them tears, my brother. Save them for Saka when he's limping off the pitch again this evening. So let's go through our World 11.
I'm surprised they didn't have like a Dybala on there or like a Vlahovic.
Nah, because you see, with those kind of players, I almost felt like they would fall into the same kind of categories as quite a few of the other ones where you're just like, they're either ship has sailed or untouchable. But
like Dybala would be untouchable, maybe. But then injuries have.
I don't know the fact that Savage's name was first. I don't know why I put it first.
Thanks for that.
There we go. But that looks better.
I think Steve just changed your name to Savage Steven. That sounds cool still.
What formation would you guys go with if we were doing a World 11? First and foremost. Or shall we just keep it simple, 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3? You guys, we can decide on that.
Gotta have a formation with two goalkeepers in it. We've got.
Well, we need it. Yeah, I mean,
the lineup is gonna. It has to.
We got to agree on at least that before, because I didn't want to just throw in names and then try and, or do we just throw in the names? No. Formation.
I think 4-3-3, but only because it gives some kind of benefit to the attackers. Because otherwise, everyone else has got, apart from the goalkeeper, everyone has got 4 spots to pick, and then the attackers got 1.
Okay.
It's up to you. I don't mind. I actually don't mind at all, man. Because as long as
no. We have to come to like. I was like, I'm not gonna just pick a thing, but I will stick with 4-3-3. It's the easiest one.
Yeah.
You pick your 1 DM, your 2 midfielders, and yeah, you go from there. All right. Goalkeeper. Is it a simple one?
I got Alisson.
Steve. I'm gonna let you two pick the players, and I'll just be a decider to those 2 players.
Yeah, chat, throw some names in as well, man.
For this season, or just who I rated?
No, like if you had to play a game against the Space Jam Monsters tomorrow, and you had to pick 11 of the best players on earth right now, who would you pick?
Thibaut Courtois.
All right, so Alisson and Thibaut Courtois.
But it's so if you go with Alisson, like I can't argue. I'll go Thibaut Courtois. Yeah.
The fact that one plays for Madrid and one plays for Liverpool is pretty funny for me. Yeah. I think Alisson's more consistent than Courtois, but Courtois in big games is
monstrous though. Like I think he's better than Ali in big games.
Yeah, although
I remember this is against the Space Jam Monsters, so this is the biggest game of your life. I mean, you could die. I'll go.
Can't go wrong with either one.
No, I think Ali picks it.
Yeah, okay, I'll pick Ali for now, but it's super close.
Yeah,
super duper close.
Between them two, I don't really.
Also, I don't think Alisson's dropped out of that convo at all. Like the whole time, it's just been Courtois dipped and then come back up, but it's either way, it's cool.
Hey, big up Pac-Man in the building, man. I ain't seen you around for a minute.
It's been a minute still. Everyone in the chat seems to agree as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Forget
the injury. Like it doesn't. I don't care if they're injured. We're just talking the best players in the world right of today, today. All right, let's move on to left back. I think that's the hardest one because that was the one I was struggling with. Like I was proper sitting there thinking, bro, like that pool isn't as massive as you think it is.
You're actually right. It's not that big.
Like,
so I just went instantly.
Let's go over some. Nuno Mendes, Teo Hernandez, maybe even an Estupinian just to throw a name.
Yeah, Robertson, you'd throw in there.
Vardiol, just a name.
Yeah, I guess if you want to call him. Mendy from Real Madrid promo saying.
There's a lot of
Mendy's been poor, but yeah, like Nuno Mendes is an outstanding candidate.
These men are all rapid.
That left back position was dead when I was thinking about it. Like I had Teo Hernandez. That's who I had in there.
That's who I'm thinking of as well. Nuno Mendes has been really good, by the way. He's been, but I do think.
Yo, get out of it, man. Yeah. Thank you.
Patman said Ake.
DeMarco's
the way Man City play, he's not always at left back, is he?
Federico DiMarco's a left wing back, and he's explicitly said he do not like playing left back.
I would go. You two decide, but I'm gonna. If I was to pick, I'm picking
Hernandez. I'm going Hernandez. Yeah, that's in fact, we gave him a whole eulogy earlier for half an hour on Teo Hernandez. How's he not there, bro?
Yeah, for real. And considering the other ones that
I'll go Teo Hernandez.
Yeah. Grimaldo's a shot though, but obviously formation. Grimaldo's been cold.
You're right. And he's
been based on one season.
Yeah, that's more based on the one season. I wouldn't have put
No, but he was a bro.
No, he is.
We have not replaced him. We do not look the same without bro. Like we have no threat on that left hand side since Grimaldo's left.
But I almost feel like this Grimaldo that we're watching is not the Grimaldo I feel
we've seen the whole time
before. That we've seen the whole time. Like
he was an 8 out of 10 at Benfica every season I watched him, but he's a 9 out of 10 now.
Yeah, he's been
cool. All right, yeah, cool. If you want to say that, then yeah, crazy kind of thing. But yeah, I would still go with
Teo Hernandez. I'll go, but that's a great shot, Grimaldo.
Yeah, big man saying Pat man, it's meaty. Like as in the list did not go long. Like it didn't go long. All right. And yeah, exactly. I was all thinking about. I started thinking about him when I saw him last night.
He's definitely seems like he's one for the future, bro. Chelsea take him back, which I don't think they will. They play Gusto and Chilwell in it over there. But
yeah, and in my mind, I'm like, bro, I'll be dropping Chilwell like it's.
The thing is, at Dortmund, bro, we can't buy anyone. We can't afford no one.
Nah, but they will be able to because they're in the Champions League semifinals. All that UCL revenue.
Yeah, until somebody then your team comes and takes out whoever our best player is, bro. That's what. Every season we just get lynched, bro.
To be fair, that happens in a lot of leagues. Like Man City have a lot of players from the Prem. Hence the Prem proven thing. Juve did it. Like
we had Fingy balling out Julian Brandt and that, bro. I'm just waiting for someone to rob him, bro.
Brandt is sick, man.
I thought all this time that he would have left. All right, cool. Right back.
Yeah, because he was linked when Salah was linked, and Klopp wanted him in it, and then obviously he changed. But right back.
Hakimi.
It's Hakimi.
Okay, I'm just so you guys are saying
wait. Actually,
that people are not looking at me saying I said something. You said
actually, right? I think it's between him and Walker, bro.
Okay,
I don't think I can just disregard.
You could throw Trent in that convo, absolutely. But like, I'm taking
that wasn't. I don't care if you put Trent in there or not. This is our thing. This ain't their thing. Like, I don't care about that.
You know what? I'm gonna go Hakimi simply because I think Hakimi can do what Walker can do.
Yeah,
you think
he's younger.
That right hand side is terrifying to come up against.
Also, Hakimi is better going forward than Walker as well.
Yes, like significantly.
Hakimi is better than Walker going forward.
And Hakimi's done it in 3 leagues as well.
Yeah,
3 different leagues.
Not that like I hold that against Walker because at the end of the day, right back he's a
right. You stay where you're at.
But just because we're talking about details here.
Exactly.
No, for you. The 2 centre backs, left and right, if that matters to you. But left centre back, I'm assuming Van Dijk.
Yeah. I think he's easy shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, just see what Steve says for the next one, though.
Go on, Steve. What would you put for right sided centre back?
Jesus Christ.
Just waiting for a Spurs fan to pop out of nowhere and say Mickey Van der Ven, bro. That's
I like Van der Ven, but
Van der Ven's cold, bro. When I was watching, I know that he had the stinker against Newcastle. But normally when I watch, I'm like, hold on a minute, him and Virgil, bro, it's a problem still.
Yeah, Netherlands got some crazy depth at center back. Hato, Botman, Van Dijk, Mickey Van de Ven. You've got there's probably another that I'm missing, but yeah.
Well, Steve, you used the centre back.
I'm trying to think.
No one in the chat even put in.
Rudiger.
I love him. I do. I love him.
The thing with Rudiger, yeah, he was actually a very good shout when I was thinking about this the other day.
And also,
I would pick Rudiger.
Same, and for him to get the move in the first place from Chelsea. Remember, he was balling at Chelsea before he left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll go Rudiger.
I've got it, man. Plays from my Madrid side, bro.
You say Rudiger then? That's so mad considering how many centre backs are.
Enz is greasing me that he put Salib. Enz is trolling, you know.
But the thing is, Rudiger is.
This shit today is weird, bro. This is the most agreeable, bro. Like, even in the chat, man, are saying Rudiger as well, bro.
This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what happens when you have sensible conversations.
Yeah, because I think Gabriel and Saliba is a step below Rudiger. But Rudiger's more experienced as well.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He is more
Rudiger is a master of the mind games as well. I think
100%.
mentally he's got that on lock.
You see that kind of game that Arsenal's got tonight? The fact that they're at the Allianz with the Bayern fans. When you got somebody like Rudiger at centre back, bro, he helps you in that game, bro.
Yeah.
The pressure gets too much between Gabriel and Saliba. It could be shaky. Don't mean the bad. It just means experience in it. So.
No, it's true. It's true.
So let's be honest. We know who's going in that 6. So just put him in and let's continue.
I wasn't even.
The R word.
Yeah.
Like I was actually looking at something else, and then I was like, oh yeah, centre midfield, because the DM in my mind was already done. All right, go on. Who's your 2 centre midfielders?
Zaire Emery. I'm gonna go Zaire Emery. Let's do this. Let's do this shit.
I'm not gonna pick him, but I do think he's a player for the future, though. But I don't think I'd put him in a world 11. But he is a very good player.
Well,
that would be my rogue shout, because like I think the world of the guy. Zaire Emery.
He is. No, he's a baller.
Surely, anyone who's in this is somebody who we put in the world class spot. Otherwise,
yeah. They'd have to be in the world. Yeah. Then, well, let's just get through the thing, because there might not be enough positions for. But let's just get through.
KDB got to be in there, innit?
That's what I said. Bro. I was like, bro.
Yeah, KDB.
I don't know why.
Which means instantly he takes up that spot of the person who's just passing the ball around. With like
Mm-hmm. So who's the
That's
next one?
Sick. That would be a sick midfield 3, though. Zaire Emery, De Bruyne, Rodri. Like that is a perfect blend.
You'd have a lot of control, and
that is kind of a sick blend. But like then again, Fede Valverde maybe like
he was a shout for me. Jude is a shout. Big up Harry in the building. Jude is a shout.
I like this one because it means that at the moment it's a mix between, if for the shout everyone's giving now, it's a mix between the world class ones and then the ones who we said that they will be world class.
Exactly. So, this is why I said it might not all be players who we put in a world class list, but that might just be down to position or whatever the case may be. So
because you might pick Musiala
in a world 11,
yeah,
not in this formation now.
Yeah, not in this formation. That's what I'm saying. Zaire Emery would genuinely make sense in this.
If I gotta pick, I'm going with Jordi. I'm going Belly Gold, bro. I'm going Jude, bro.
Could throw Gundogan maybe in that convo.
Gundogan's definitely in the convo.
He's definitely in the conversation. Yeah, I mean,
or Camavinga.
You know what? He's in the conversation. Yeah. Let me not even act like he's.
Pedri possibly. Yeah.
Pedri, Florian Wirtz. Hey, we got to pick one in it. I'm going Jude, bro. That's my pick.
I'll go Zaire Emery.
If I had to pick between the two, I'm going to pick Jude.
That's fair.
But Zaire Emery don't get twisted. He is a baller. Like, this isn't to say that he isn't. Like, I can do this list in a year, in 2 years' time, that will change because he'll be in somewhere in that. All right. I feel like the front threes are kind of simple, but
I know Ends so well. Promo and Revenite put Verts in order, and Ends quickly put Verts at the end just to make the list.
Put Verts right. Put Verts right wing. Verts right wing.
Hold on, let me think of the players I was thinking about.
Let's do it. Verts right wing.
That means one of the 3 players I'm thinking about are missing out.
Okay, this is mad interesting for the front 3 because
Okay, you know what? We'll start this. We'll start this way. Who's up front? We'll do the wings in a sec. Who's up front?
Do we want?
Your choice up front is literally only going to be 2 players. So it's either Kane or Haaland.
I was about to say that.
What are we saying about Isak? You know, let me be biased for 2 seconds. Let me be biased for 2 seconds.
You bastards! I know what's going to happen after this striker gets picked because of that French Richarlison, bruv. I know.
Man said the French Richarlison. The rudeness.
Listen, Kane or Haaland in this particular team. This team, I'm going with Haaland.
We're facing off against the Monstars. We are going to die if we do not win this game. You have one.
Haaland's one of the monsters himself, but I'm putting Haaland in because I'm thinking Kane's gonna do that where he drops into the false 6 for no reason and that.
This is what I'm saying. When we're trying to win a game, Kane's gonna try and do up DM with Rodri. I'm like, I don't need you to do it.
That's what I'm saying with Isak, man.
Hey Steve, I just respect the fact that you're holding on to your shot, bro. I respect it because it's cold, bro.
I'm really trying. I mean,
this is some man's ultimate team, you know. Like really,
when I see some people's FIFA ultimate, I'm like, right, like FIFA allows you to do this, like is it that crazy? All right, who's going on the left then? Only one can play on the left.
Vinny.
Sorry,
Vinny, bruv.
Vinny.
Unless you want somebody running in straight lines, bro.
I'll die.
I'm not saying anything. If you guys pick him, then you pick him. Man, I say even
the chat keeps putting 2 people. They just keep throwing 2 up for the last 2 spots. I just don't know why my guy has to sacrifice Ninja Turtle, bro.
Mbappe.
Okay. In saying that, then, because if to me the only 2 spots are the 2 players that everyone keeps naming in the chat. For me, the question really is who's better on that side?
Vinny.
Okay, fair enough.
Nah, you just put Dembele in just to throw shit.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, bro. Before I clicked, I was like, bro, Dembele.
Man said Parisian Rashid and that blood. Okay. Team's devastating though. Like everyone's getting mashed up by this team, bro. Good luck trying to win this game.
I can't argue with that.
There's not even enough egos on the pitch for a man to be arguing either, bro. So I think.
Yeah, when you got that those 2 centre backs, bro. Yo,
you see that 4 where it's Rodri, Virgil, Rudiger, and Alisson. It's a long day.
That's a long day, bro. The front 5 is mad, and the back 5 is mad.
What are we saying about Barella getting in this team somehow, somewhere?
Love him, but he does. I don't think.
I feel like not even say that his stock has fallen, but I would just say that in this team, I wouldn't replace De Bruyne and I wouldn't replace Rodri. The only replacement you probably would look at is Bellingham. So it would just be if you wanted to replace him.
Excuse me.
You heard what I said.
You said without injuries, bro. So the knee brace don't count. Bro. Just leave him in there, innit? If anyone's gonna die in that midfield, it's De Bruyne, bro. We're gonna get about 13 games out of him, bro.
What about Foden for De Bruyne, man?
Hey, don't start that argument, bro. That's what they keep doing on TV, bro. Hey, listen. Anyone want to vote? Hey, listen. I'm with Steve still. Anyone want to vote to kick De Bruyne around? Put Foden in.
To put who in? Bro, you know what?
Put Foden in, bro.
Nah, man, not kicking out De Bruyne for no one.
Kick out De Bruyne and put Foden in, bro. Foden's out here.
There is 1, 2, 3 players I'm not removing. The rest you can fight for, but there's 3 players I'm not.
I'll take it. The people you're not removing is the front 3.
No. You can. I don't care about the front 3.
I knew I'm joking.
Other than Haaland, the other 2, I'm like, do whatever you want.
Wait, all I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, bro, man, I'm calling you a dictator, yeah, because the whole chat is saying Foden. Look.
Let me even look at the chat. Let me even look at it. Hold on, but guys, put Foden in where?
In De Bruyne spot, bro.
De Bruyne. De Bruyne.
I'm definitely not replacing.
Bro, his legs don't work, bro.
I'm definitely not. Yeah, no, Bernardo was a player. I thought of Bernardo.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, don't do. Stop doing that, man.
You went with Bellingham. I said I'll go with the majority vote. That's it.
Nah, because I like Bernardo in the De Bruyne spot right there, bro. That's why I like him.
So you can put Bernardo at the left back spot.
You can put Bernardo everywhere.
Hey, Steve, how come you didn't put Grealish in, bro?
That's what I'm saying. You didn't mention Grealish. Remember, you were trying to advocate him to be the left winger.
That's true.
Steve argued Grealish is point for half an hour, bro, and didn't even mention it.
Bernardo over Vinny. Yeah, I like that one. Scraps. I like that
Scraps, bro. Start trying to cause war.
Yeah, I like that one. And then I could put Mbappe left wing, and then I could put Bernardo on the right wing.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But if anyone tries to skip Vinny out, I'm playing the race card. I said what I said.
Them ones, you know.
Yeah, you clearly Valencia fans, and you got.
What about Rodrigo? Rodrigo in the team? No.
You
want Rodrigo and kick Mbappe up, bro?
No. Guys, that's the team right there. Thank you for mentioning Phil Foden. I think he's an absolutely fantastic player. If he was to do a second team, I think we'd struggle. So
you're not a man of the people at all, is it?
Not at all. Not at all. I love you guys, but it ends there. It ends right there. Look, okay, guys. Let's just think and use our brains for 2 seconds, yeah? Not you guys here on the panel. I mean the guys in the chat. Look at that team and tell me who other players that you guys are mentioning are better than these guys, bro. We just had Foden in the list below Kevin De Bruyne.
You're right.
So how does that even work that he'd be better than him?
I do like the fact that like the ones that were below who are ready to step up, they've only like kind of crept in. Maybe the rest of them are not. They're just we've gone with that to world class. Donis.
Okay, we'll look at it this way. Yeah, I'll do a sub. We'll do subs for all of these, right? And if you had to pick another 11, and then you'll see whether or not are any of those players good enough to really replace them.
Okay.
All right, goalkeeper. If you had to pick another goalkeeper, who would it be?
That is Courtois.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh yeah, we said that already.
Yeah.
Or Mike Maignan, maybe. But yeah.
Nah, it's got to be Courtois. But Maignan is obviously there. All right, left back. If you had to pick another left back, who would it be?
Fucking hell, we just about picked the first left back, bro.
This is what I'm saying. Like the list weren't.
Nuno Mendes.
Yeah.
Who?
Nuno Mendes. PSG. Portuguese kid. Nuno Mendes. Yeah. Would be there.
Same as well.
Cool. Centre backs.
Bastoni.
Definitely him. Definitely him, bro.
Other one.
Right centre back.
I want to say Kubarsi, but like he just popped up.
So. Nah, he just popped up. Yeah.
But he's just cold, man.
Damn.
We're saying we're not rating Saliba, Konate, Gabriel's. Like there's bare centre back. I've just named the Premier League ones. There's actually.
I don't think Saliba's better than Diaz.
You don't think Saliba's better than Diaz? Okay, so wouldn't he be the second one technically?
Probably Diaz.
I can argue with that. Yeah.
Cool. Right back. This one's a little bit easier. I reckon we've got a couple you could choose from.
Trent.
But we just sat here arguing between Hakimi and Kyle Walker.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it would have to be. I just say quick, you know. I'm like, rah.
I just wanted to
outside shot from my guy Danny Carvajal. But like, yeah,
legend.
For longevity purposes as well.
I just wanted to say Trent on camera just in case, in case sponsors see it and that Liverpool sponsors, they know that.
Under sponsors anyway. DM.
Çalhanoğlu.
Right. But I feel like he's flattered to deceive his whole career. I feel like he should have been doing a lot better than what he's.
DM's a weird one just based on formation, because obviously Modric are not playing in the defensive mid role and that at the moment. They're not forward, and I played Modric over everybody, bruv.
Oh yeah,
I'm playing Modric, man, because you can come in and control the game, bro.
Yeah.
Modric.
I won't pick anyone over Modric, bro.
No, I'm not. Yo, well, yeah, Scraps just said it there. We could have picked Grimaldo as well.
Shit, yeah.
Xhaka. Just wanted to say his name, so
Granted, Xhaka, yo, it's been one of the best.
just so they knew that he was cold, bro.
Whatever you guys think and feel. Yeah, I'm gonna go Grimaldo instead of Bruno Mendes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grimaldo.
Like I said, for Benfica, he was excellent whole time.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, missed
All
that
right, so
guy.
DM then. Guys in the chat, man. What's another DM? I know you just said Rice Chouameni is another one they've thrown out there.
No, not saying anyone else.
Nah, because that DM market is Rice and Chouameni. If you're not going to go with Modric, obviously, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or Çalhanoğlu, man. Çalhanoğlu,
You
man.
could, but he's still too far down the list. Like, as the next one.
Then you know what Çalhanoğlu offers the team, though? Set piece threat, free kicks. Like, it isn't. He's like JWP on fucking steroids.
Yeah, set piece work. Yo, you are not getting that. There's not many better players than him out there in the world.
And he's as that deep line playmaker role in that 3. He has been brilliant. But like, he was just fuck.
I said Mac. Nah, he's not even the best TM in our team, let alone put him in the world 11. Rice or Chouameni? I would go with.
If we're gonna be honest, bro. Rice was Bruno Guimaraes. That's what we're gonna be honest about. Because otherwise, I mean, Joe Linton's better than Rice at 6, but it's gonna be
shout out Big Joe.
Yeah, Joe's bit. Yeah. It's gonna be Declan Rice over Chouameni.
You think so?
Currently.
Okay. I don't agree or disagree. I'm just asking.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Go on then. Pick your centre midfielders then. So you know you guys were crying for Phil Foden.
Foden.
Just remembering all of the midfielders who are available in the world here, by the way. All the midfielders that you can go. Every single midfielder. I just want you to guys, just so that you know what you're doing and you don't speak too fast. There's all the midfielders you can think of in the entire world.
Rodrigo De Paul, Jermaine Jones. I mean,
Rodrigo De Paul does not get into these conversations.
Where is Verratti?
Verratti's in Qatar.
Qatar, that's it. You're getting that mood.
Verratti, man.
Now, Vitinha's cold, man. It's early for him, though, but he's cold.
Vitinha is
he's amazing still. Yeah. Early times.
Bernardo Silva. He was another one, but I may have another position potentially for him if I can't get him in the squad.
Yeah.
So who are we going with? Sorry. So you got Declan Rice, Foden. You got your Zaire, but still, he's just not good enough. He's still not good enough. Like, he is a player to more soon. You are like, his time is coming. His time.
I'm just trying to be ahead of the curve, like nobody.
A lot of people are going Verts in it.
If Verts,
you could go right wing.
Yeah,
I'll go Verts. Yeah. Although Odegaard or McAllister in that spot.
I mean, Odegaard was the player I was thinking about. But
I'd go Martin still. I'd go Martin.
Yeah, like, bearing in mind, like I said, this is all the players in the world who you could pick from, and this isn't talking about whether they're injured or not. Just players who are just available today. So if you're thinking about it, Foden. I'm trying to think central midfielders like.
Well, Valverde can play all through there, man. But
that's what I'm saying. There's another one. I don't want to not pick a Valverde.
Fine, I'll go Valverde. If I can't have Zaire Emery, I'll go Valverde. That's fine.
Oh yeah, I'm with you then. I'll go Valverde.
I'm more comfortable with Valverde in that position.
Gundogan maybe.
Yeah. Now, Revenant, you're right about that's what we said earlier about Martin. He does go hiding in the big games sometimes.
Right. I mean, I didn't pick him.
Verts can play wing, so.
Right wing. This is where I had Bernardo. If I couldn't get him in the squad somewhere, I was like, you have to have Bernardo in the World 11.
I'd have Bernardo just over Rodrigo. I'd have Bernardo just over Rodrigo, to be honest, just because he's more experienced. He's been
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at that.
But Rodrigo is a very good shout.
Yeah.
Rodrigo, yeah.
Striker?
Kane.
I'm assuming Kane.
Left
winger.
Damn it. Almost Isak. We'll get him next time. We'll get him next time.
Who's everyone's left winger?
We'll get him next time.
Left wing. Shit, trying to think who I want to go with.
Leroy Sané.
I'm still waiting for Steve to go Grealish on the left, but he still don't want to say him, bro. So I don't know what's going on, bro.
We might do a big up promo. We might do a show actually looking at like under 23s and stuff like that.
That'll be good.
Best under like 23 players and maybe picking 11 from that under 23. So yeah, you just giving me another show idea. Another show.
Sick. Left wing, you know.
If you're gonna do that, G, you might as well start writing them down. You need to do under 23s and you need to do over 30s.
Oh yeah, I'll do the thumbnail and everything for it now, and then because I got the match preview. We'll talk. I'll say the end of it. But yeah, go on. Left wing.
Willian.
Who?
Willian, bro. Fulham and that.
Anthony Gordon.
I didn't know who you're talking about. This is the face of shock.
Anthony Gordon. English. No.
Marcus Tavernier,
really is a shout. I'm trying to, bro. Why is my brain gone blank? I'm trying to think of actual left winger. But someone said this before in the chat about the market for left wingers is like the market for left backs. It is not that great.
Do it, man.
That's why I'm so happy we have Tino Livramento and Gordon, man.
Yeah, Livramento is.
Put him in, man. Put the Marcus Rashid in, blood. You can play with Mbappe on the pitch and it gets subbed on. I can't wait to see that shit. Just running in straight lines. Just running in straight lines.
Off the straight line gimmick, bro. You and this flipping put coke. Nah.
You know what? You know, I know making this up, and I'll let my son tell you, bro. When we went to parents' evening, bro, my son's teacher was a Man U fan, and I was leaving to watch the game in it. And I'm like, I need to get and watch the match. He's like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. And I said, who would you start today? And he said, I swear to God, but he said not Rashford. All he does is runs in straight lines, bro. You cannot make this shit up, bro.
Who said that?
The teacher, bro.
Oh, the teacher. I thought your son said. Obviously, your son's gonna say because he hears you say it.
No.
Nah, I don't know if we're. Nah, I wouldn't put words.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Man, them want Vert so bad in his team they'd put him in goal, bro.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. I'm like,
it's been unbelievable to be fair. Absolutely unbelievable.
That is cold. It's cold.
Guys. Look at it like this, yeah.
Genuinely, Anthony Gordon
struggling.
I don't know what to say.
No. But and I was just about to say, I'm starting to go down my list of players, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, Gordon's good. Like, I'm going through all the leagues, and I'm like, okay, who's just the best in that league at this moment in time? Son, yeah, he's a shout.
Hi, guy. Put him in. Put him in for just diversity as well, bro, because there's no Korean players in there.
Yeah, you're saying no Korean players. I need a sponsorship.
Kim and Jay ain't getting in there.
Exactly, man. Yeah, man.
No, neither is Lee Kang-in.
But don't you think that's mad though? Like, we can't. I know for a fact everyone was. You start to go down your list. You're like, no Doku, no Diaz. Those obviously are the two biggest clubs. No Martinelli.
Just the thing, 2 seasons.
That's what I'm saying. Anthony Gordon's probably been the best left winger in the.
No, I agree. No, I 100% agree with you.
Like, we're making a team of the season on the left. You put Gordon.
2-3 seasons ago, bro. Man, everyone's throwing money in there without looking at crazy.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. You're throwing Mane in there, and you're like, yeah, calm. But then you still have Mane. You still had Neymar. You still had you still had a couple ballers in there who you're battling over. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. But as our board member, I want the Saudi prince because he keeps his players in line with whips and shit. So you know what I'm saying.
I do not promote any type of violence on GTV. Those are the views of Savage. If he believes in that.
I'm asking this energy. When you leave here, yeah, Google WWE GTV and see what comes up. In fact, do WWF GTV because me and my son was watching Old Raw yesterday and I forgot about GTV in WWE. Broski.
By the way, guys, no, I did not get.
Wait, what about Rafael Leao?
I would take him over Son.
That's racist.
How's it racist? They're too, but never mind.
Yeah.
What son's not black?
Yeah, but Leao is, and I'm here to support one of my brothers. So you know what? I'm keeping Leao.
All right, nepotism then, bro. You've just picked him because he's black. All right, I understand, bro.
There we go, and that is
Listen,
the end of it.
listen, as a adult Korean man, I'm pissed off with this, but it's fine.
Man
That's
said,
the one we were-
adult Korean man.
That was
you know-
literally the one we were forgetting.
It's
Leao.
2024, so if I want to identify as a Korean, I can. So don't try it.
All right, people. That is done. Big up everybody who has been inside the damn building. Much love and respect to my co-hosts, Savage and Steve, for joining in. That was actually a really good chat. I didn't know we'd actually gone for that long, but that was a good chat. We went through our world-class list, players that we think, this guy's he's the bees and knees, etc., etc. You guys, of course, joined in as well. And then we did our World 11. That was actually really, really good fun. Have you guys got anything popping before I close?
I just want to know. Steve just had some Men in Black laser pointing at me, bro. I don't know what it was, bro, but I saw a green light. Oh, yeah, bro. I was so confused, bro. But nah, I don't have anything coming up today. I wanted to do a watch along, but I'm going to be at wrestling in it, so
okay.
Which is awkward because I hate when I go to events and then when I come out, check my phone and see the score, bro.
Yeah, because now you're just like, it's like your phone just goes through this whole.
You know that I've never had a positive. So far, every time that's happened, both times it was wrestling, I've never come out to a positive result. Comic Con came out, Liverpool lost to Leeds, bro. Somerville scoring in the last minute. Then we lost to, and then then the Diaz when he got injured against Arsenal, we lost 3-2. That's the other game I came out to. It's not looking good for me, bro. So if I come out today and it says Man City won 4-0 against Real Madrid, bro, I'm just smashing my phone. I can't bother.
But if Liverpool don't make it through on Thursday, we know where Savage. We know why, because Savage is not currently.
You ain't ready for yo Prison Tat Skamaka Part 2.
Listen. I'm gonna do big up big up the gaffer in the building. He said my next show is literally tomorrow morning, 10:30. Friday, 10:30 with the match reaction as well. So yeah, tomorrow we'll do the preview for the game, and then on Friday we'll be back again 10:30. Heck, I might even do Saturday and Sunday. We might even do something like this again with both Steve and Savage, where we'll just take a look at the under 23s and the over 30s as well. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see what's popping. Guys, please, on your way out, make sure you smash the like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to the damn channel. I'm G, Savage, and Steve. Thank you guys for joining me, and we're out.